Hello and welcome back to the EU region semi-finals for the PMCO 2019 full split. My name is John Allen. With me is Blank, and if you're ready to beat out anyone on the battlefield, you're going to need some seamless and uninterrupted gaming, of course, with NEX. Fantastic sponsors for today. We're getting into the semi-finals. Day 3 is on the cards. We're going to be seeing SIMURGA mount up once again after a real dominant performance in day 1. I need to try and prove to us that they deserve to be where they are.
Really, though, at this point, are they mounting up again? For me, they're already on the horse. They're absolutely fine.
All right.
They're already going. They have 2 days' worth of points already in the bag for themselves going forward. Now they can make a bit of a statement right now and try and leapfrog T-Unique, who are currently in the lead after a really good performance towards the latter half of yesterday. Sure, they didn't have back-to-back chicken dinners or anything, but they got the 1 chicken dinner there on Sanhok and pretty much played consistently after that map. So really well played to them. We also saw teams like NEX make it all the way up in second. This is a team that we didn't really talk about too much in group stages, suddenly now on form during the semi-finals. It's really nice to see. But yeah, SIMURGA still in third, only played 4 games.
Yeah, they are really doing well. A couple of other teams as well doing pretty well on those 4-game standings. You've got MVP and you've got Team Hope, as well as HIceX and BitIce doing some great average play.
Yeah.
By average play, I mean average score, not average in the play style.
Just average, really.
Just average play,
not seeing too much good for
isn't
them.
it? No, they are doing very well. They should be happy with their score lines. Today, of course, at the end of it, we're going to be seeing everybody over on those 8 games, which will give us a really nice indicator as to how this semi-finals is going.
Yeah, we will have a couple of teams here on 12, I believe.
No, so everyone who's on 4 games will play
today.
Another 4 games today, and we'll be even.
We will be even Stevens by the end of this.
And we'll be exactly halfway through the semi-finals.
Yeah, and then we can move on forward and see who exactly goes through to those regional finals right at the end there. Yeah. With only 16 teams going through, 8 do have to leave us in the semi-finals. It is unfortunate, but it's the way that we find the very tippy-top teams.
Yeah, and of course, if you want to stay tuned to all of that, catch all of the action, you need to head over to the YouTube channel, which some of you may be on already, which is PUBGMOBILE Esports, and you can hit subscribe and like the videos, like the streams, all that good stuff, so you can stay tuned and up to date with all of the action going in across all the regions as well. And if you want to join in and play a little bit of PUBG Mobile yourself, well, you're going to have to download the game, and you can do that on the Google Play Store and the App Store for iOS devices as well. And one day, you never know, you could be taking chicken dinners like the likes of SIMURGA.
You could. Competition system now on the screen. Group stages, that's done. That's over and done with. We're in the semi-finals now. Like I said before, top 16 going through the regional finals. Top 16 over there. We'll battle it out. We'll see exactly who goes forward to represent the European region. So far, we've got a lot of very good teams. The semi-finals, they're very heated right now, and we've not really seen anyone other than SIMURGA run away from the pack.
Yeah, not quite just yet, but still getting some leaders start to emerge. We'll see at the end of today whether or not they can continue. Of course, the points on the score on the cards now. 20 for that chicken dinner. Really valuable to try and get up there. Of course, you want to be posting around 10 points average to make sure you're safe from that red zone, from the elimination, the bottom 8, which will be chopped off as we move to those regional finals. Of course, getting 20, that's already double 10, which is phenomenal stuff indeed. 1 point for a kill. And that's going to be able to boost your scores no matter where you finish, even if it's 11 to 16th on that 1-point plateau.
Will mean that, like John says, you come to 11-16, if you get a squad wipe there, that's a really nice extra amount of points you can rack up for yourself. We've got the groups on your screen now. Group F, HIceX, one of the last circle warriors, we like to call them. MVP, who have made a good stand during the semi-finals, coming towards the top of the rankings. BitIce, Evil Esports, FROMHELLL, Chaos, who are not doing so great. Team Hope and SIMURGA at the end there. Really well done to those guys, and they've got their 4 other games to play today. And Group G, John?
Yeah, we got ProMobile Gaming falling off just a little bit now. They're down towards 19th after a really successful group stage. Romania team, DreamEaters, KUMA, FUTBOLIST, Cream Esports EU, Northern Lights, and of course Pro, who currently they're adorning the bottom of the points table with 7 points over 4 games.
Pro are not having a good time, and it's surprising to see because during the group stages, I think we actually saw some pretty outstanding stuff from them, especially when we got to those last circles. We saw them go up against No Rage very well, where we had KUMA Tabsi in that final circle, just holding out until Helios put an absolute stop to that one. So Pro, I don't I think we've seen some outstanding stuff from them, sure, on the group stage, but it wasn't ever like, wow, this team is always doing super well. But I never thought to myself, okay, this is a team that's going to be literally at the bottom in the semi-finals.
Yeah, well, at the moment, though, they are sort of occupying that spot, and 7 points in 4 games is really quite disastrous, because you get a point every game anyway, which means that they've only managed to achieve 3 points bonus.
Yeah.
That's 3 for anyone watching.
Pretty bad.
Or what is it? What's the one in the film where he got it wrong, and they found out he wasn't a German, and they found out he was an English spy.
Oh,
he held his fingers wrong.
It's this one.
He did that one.
Yeah.
Or he did that, or did that.
I think this is American, and I think that's German.
Or
I could be completely wrong, but
there was,
go look it up because it is interesting. I never thought it was a thing.
There is an interesting thing there, but either way, only 3 bonus points coming in for Pro, only 4 for KUMA as well. Which probably best to do it like that, but there we go. We are going to be heading over to Erangel as we do mount up now for the first game of day number 3 of the semi-finals. It's all to play for to the end of today. We'll get a really nice representative scoreboard, so everyone will be putting in their best to try and climb up as high as possible.
Match number 1 on your screen right now, guys. Milta Power down to Primorsk. Very southern playing path right now. Does open up teams to go to Sosnovka, and not many teams will make that decision, though. They don't want to get themselves catched unawares down there, because if the circle shifts north, they've got a long way to go, and you're going to have to shift through a lot of teams who will be milling around on this southern side of the circle down here, because teams will most likely be dropping into Farm, Milta, over in Pachinki, Quarry potentially in Primorsk as well. So literally all of the exits coming out of Sosnovka are going to be covered just because of the way this plane path currently is going.
Just spreading out a little bit. We'll see who decides to drop out south. Cream do like to occupy Milta at the moment, but they're going a little bit further east to Milta Power. Maybe they're aware of some other drops that could potentially come on through. It's like Romania team dropping out potentially over towards Sosnovka. Evil as well, maybe, but they are starting to head north, so perhaps not. Remains to be seen just who's going to go there. I think it might be Evil to lay claim to the military island. Wouldn't be too surprised to see a couple of people dropping around Gatka, grabbing some vehicles and razzing it on up to George, but we'll have to wait and see where the circle decides to land.
I'm not actually too unhappy with this movement that Cream Esports are currently making. Obviously, if they put themselves over a Milta Power, they know a lot of teams are going to be around here, as you can only see in the screen. It's basically like a flood of players trying to make it as far as possible. For Cream Esports, they take this position on Milta Power, they have their back to the water, this keeps them safe from a single angle, and they can push out from there. So it gives them really good scouting opportunities going forward. Lepovka currently occupied by BitIce, not going for anything too crazy, but Toffees does get absolutely run over by Hopper. Looks like Pro are trying to get themselves back on the map.
Trying to get some points indeed. They are just grabbing those vehicles. It's the land grab at the moment. A little bit of Fury Road coming in. I don't think anyone has a...
Oh my God!
Oh, he managed to actually clobber him.
Let me back in the vehicle.
Just a little bit. Northern Lights as well, in a little bit of a pickle with Heroes IceX. Looks like Pro do just want to bug out, and they will do just that. A lot of teams grabbing vehicles heading north to Yasnaya. There might be a little bit of a clash there, a bit of a hot drop potentially. But around school as well, you got some gunfire going on. I think there's apartments. It's all starting to kick off, and everyone's just trying to hide behind these rocks at the moment.
It's hard, and SIMURGA taking a fight into FROMHELLL too. It's really difficult here because the circle pops not northern, but it's quite central, and teams are trying to make their way up from the southern side. So literally everyone's trying to make the same rotations right now, because on this eastern side of the map is where most of the really good compounds here to drop. Most of the easy ones to acquire, and because the plane path is coming from this direction too, you want to get down on the ground as soon as possible. So all these teams have to transition through one another. So yeah, it is very messy here, John.
Could be pretty tricky indeed. No one making that break up to George just yet. Bro just not really going there, not going for it. So it will be pretty open. The circle is very central. It's really, really heavily central, right? Like, nobody's going to have to make those rotations, as you say. Evil will have to push up just a little bit north. They might opt to break from the island a little bit earlier, but they are unchallenged at the moment on military. FROMHELL, though, they do have a little bit of a contestation going on in apartments. This is the clash that we saw earlier with SIMURGA, of course, our current leaders, doing very, very well, but they've already lost Morteza, so not doing that great this time around. We've seen what they can do with 3 before, though, so hopefully they'll be able to mount up once more. A little bit split, though, for my liking, so FROMHELL could capitalize.
It looked like FROMHELL had already taken apartments, and SIMURGA with just 2 players trying to get in there and do some work, but Obviously, FROMHELL, sure, they take a knock, but they can regroup as 4, and that's a lot of manpower just versus the 2. Cream Esports currently going up against MVP. Nade goes through. Daddy gets himself all the way out of dodge.
Should be able to get away from that, but Cream are trying to fend off against the reinforcements coming out from MVP. Will they be able to do so? That's sort of the question that they're asking themselves. They do have a decent set of angles here with Zuku sort of playing this rotational game, Alpha holding down the windows. Nice nade being cooked, but I think he just hit the side of the wall there. Not the greatest. Not going to be able to land. And now it's 4 for Cream, 2 for MVP, falling all the way back. And look at this. Kaos is going to drop down, and they're going to drop out, actually, and try and play the outside game this time around. I think they will have heard this. They should be aware. As he pushes around the edge, they are going to go out wide, go for the peak. They'll know they're outside. Well. He comes in. Alpha is there. They are going to go for the spray, but it's Zuku to go down first. Both of the MVP players do drop, and they will confirm it. Only one knock in response, and Zuku will get rezzed. MVP get rattled.
Nice little backstop there from Alpha too, John. Making sure there was absolutely no way they get shot. And they actually moved the UAZ. Very minor thing there, but you move the UAZ so they cover the 2 bodies are on the floor, and they can easily loot them without fearing that the 2 players from MVP are going to take some pot shots onto them. So very, very smart. Very nice little play there from MVP. And now they are just razzing it completely on over. You can see them on the top of the mini-map there, coming over to claim this area. So it's good that MVP knew, you know what, we got to get out of here early.
Yeah. Nice, nice rotations from them. Of course, no one really is going to be rotating through this area. It's right on the southeastern side. It's not in the next zone. There is no path that would dare even go through there because it just doesn't make sense for anyone to move in this direction, which means that these 2 teams are just sort of vying for that access to the main central section of the circle.
The problem is, though, is that currently Cream Esports have a very wide net set up on the bottom of Milta here, right on the coastal side, and literally the only place that Militia can go is up to Milta. So Cream Esports can pretty effectively bottleneck them off now and try and take off these 2 last players. So really MVP have got to go for a bit of a stealth mission now.
SIMURGA still under fire from FROMHELL. Panda's a little bit pinned. You can see they've got the back angle. There's a nade being cooked. It's going to go around the edge. Panda might just have to move. It's a flashbang. We got baited just a little bit by Rodini. Panda, though, holding strong. Jetgill, he's on the hillsides.
Yeah. Cheeky little thing you can do there. I mean, it might have baited Panda as well. You toss out the flashbang, it hits the floor, kind of sounds like a grenade, and in that small area, it could have actually forced the movement outwards, in which case Rodini was very ready to take him down. Thompson going to go for the flank here, try and finish it off. You can still see the SIMURGA players in the distance here, so this flank is very, very doable for Dobson, and with Panda on a tiny amount of HP, he's done.
He's going to get knocked, and this might be the confirm. SIMURGA not going to be super happy with that. The nade is there. They can push out. They've no retribution to fear, but because Jetgill not quite in the right spot there, not going to be able to have Overwatch on their location. Now they're down to 2, and the reigning dominant champions at the moment wavering.
DreamEaters had a pretty poor game so far, sadly. They started off with being run over, and then from then it has just turned into a metaphorical running over as well, as teams just absolutely give them the boot. Okay. That seemed like a very strange little moment between that fight. Both players said, let's take a pause. I have to reload.
We both need a break. It's very warm here, and
time out.
The air conditioning isn't the greatest.
Yeah, I'm going to take a little break outside. I'll be back with you in approximately 2 seconds.
They pop up a snowman. Look at that. I do love that. I love that the death crates have got those skins.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite ones.
I like the zombie hand as well.
Yeah, the zombie hand's always good.
Yeah. DreamEaters finally clapping back a little bit, and they absolutely have to. They've got to gain some ground, gain a little bit of space here just south of Yasnaya. Pro are actually all the way up in Severny. They have essentially quarantined themselves away from all the other teams in a hope to ladder up through consistent placements, which in my opinion seems like the smart thing to do. They could go for hot drops, but obviously, we keep talking before, that's a percentage game right there. Yeah. You either come away with it with some decent loot. It's not marvelous loot by any means, unless you're going over to Sosnovka and winning that battle. But going up onto the top side of Severny, yeah, I'm on board with this.
it's minimal loot for Jetkill. Basically no meds, no helmet, only the vest and the backpack and the 2 weapons he's got on board. It's really lackluster in terms of the kit. The kit is what I said. The next zone is going to pop. It's going to go, again, relatively central, going around Pachinki, Rozhok area. A little bit isn't available north, and actually Pro might be able to control the northern side if they're not challenged by, I believe that to be Northern Lights on their rotation. A long rotation from Northern Lights.
Yeah.
Cream haven't played spoiler to MVP just yet. MVP playing in Milta. So they will be able to push out, push over through farm potentially and get a little bit of zone, maybe around Potato Hill. A very, very strong position, but Bro look to be there first. Of course, Jetkill in the wings there as well. At the moment on your screens, you can see KUMA, I believe, rotating in.
Evil.
Was that Evil? Oh, they are just a little bit further behind KUMA.
Yeah, Evil had pretty much all of Sosnovka to themselves there, so they're going to be coming up very looted, very geared. And Bro rock up right next to Jetkill. It is Black and White, who might just get confirmed here as well. Arguably one of the better players on the team, so that's a big hit to Bro Mobile Gaming.
And that's great for Jetkill. He's going to be able to resupply a little bit, maybe get a little bit more ammo, but the rest of Bro are rolling on forwards. If they've been paying attention to the kill feed, they'll know that he's alone. Question is, will they take the fight? Will they just go aggressive? It looks like they do know that he's alone. They are going to continue to go for the spray. He goes out wide. Mackie able to take it down. It's SIMURGA eliminated in 16th. Disastrous turn of events for what was the dominant force in the first day of games.
Northern Lights tend to make this rotation quite a bit, and you can actually see them going all the way up to Severny and then injecting themselves on the northern side of the circle. The major thing I'm looking at here is the fact that Pyrenik has already made that little scout out, so may have already seen Pro, and Pro getting ahead of them, though, is a little bit dangerous.
Chaos are taking the fight as well. Seeing if they can get a knock. They will get one onto Northern Lights on the northern side, and it looks like they're going to get a second as well.
It's just being confirmed onto Cryboy. I think he went down before, so 3 players still alive for Northern Lights. Chaos really need these kills right now as well. They're very low on the rankings. They need to go up. Currently set in 22nd.
The rotation's now starting to finish off. It's not quite a right sentence, is it? Starting to finish off, but they are starting to wrap up, I suppose. Pro making their way over the river near Yasnaya.
Into
Northern
DE.
Lights, into DreamEaters. Northern Lights now holding the edge against Chaos, and Chaos have to send themselves a little bit wider than maybe they'd like, perhaps. And of course, being on the northern side of the river, just a little bit risky here, because of course the zone is more than likely to shift south.
You're pretty happy with the position that FROMHELL actually got here. They swift rotation up from apartments past school into Rozhok, so now they can just stay in Rozhok and wait for any crashes. The good thing about this, though, is they haven't pushed themselves up in a pretty barren compound. If you're in Rozhok, they're going to have all the resources they need to stock up, be prepared for that late game without having to take any fights. The major goal for them now is to get into the top 5 rankings, because it's going to be absolutely useless if they take this spot and go out in between 12th and 16th. It's not going to be good for them at all.
Evil rotating again a little bit parallel to KUMA on that south side. Bro waiting in the wings to receive. This is around Potato Hill, so it's very, very contested ground. Everyone's in, but the next shift is actually going to head north, and so north of the river all of a sudden changes. Becomes a little bit stronger. Chaos will be happy with this shift from Hell as well, controlling Rozhok around the river. Should be pretty happy, but the zone split right down the middle. It's very difficult terrain to operate, and these rotations will be tricky, Black.
That they will. Everyone just wants to get their way in now. They can actually make their way over the bridge from Yasnaya into the circle on the northern side, which is what Northern Lights and Pro and Chaos all aim to do. But because we had that southern plane path, everyone has to come up from the bottom. We're going to have to see these transitions in, and they're going to be real hectic.
Oh dear, Evil taking heavy casualties. Romania team, though, they double up on the knocks, and Youngyear trying to save the rest of his squad. You can see they've taken 2 knocks at the moment, not quite into the zone, so they do need to think about getting those reses on. Yeah, he is just going to roll it on over. Nice stuff.
Yeah.
They should be able to confirm the kills against Romania team as well, and Evil set themselves up for a Nice little rotation there, and the reses.
Would have been very unfortunate if one of the players went down from Evil. As we know, they came up from Sosnovika, meaning all these players are mega looted. So as they get up, they're going to have all the first aid kit to res themselves up, but you can't use first aid if you are dead. So
yeah,
nice to see them all surviving. That's going to give them a real nice jump into the latter parts of the game here. Like I was saying before, that southern plane path has really forced everyone to the south side, and anyone who didn't make the early rotation north, like Northern Lights, like Pro, aren't going to have this super strong position making their way into the northern side. BitIce have currently made it, but you will expect a lot of these teams up on this northern side to have eyes on.
Of course, the circle still can shift south of the river, so it's really risky to go for either side. We've seen rotations like this before really mess with a lot of teams' minds and cause them to do some pretty wacky things. We'll have to wait for the next circle to come in to really realize those, but there's actually quite a lot of divide and quite a lot of water in this circle, surprisingly so. And it splits up the ground, something awful for a lot of these teams. FUTBOLIST trying to maintain a little bit of strength over towards the warehouse in Rozhok. They will be a little bit closer to the river than FROMHELL.
KUMA, we're running low on fuel right now. Need to go over to the gas station. These guys have been traveling practically all game, and as I say it, there's the refuel. Hope and Chaos now have a fairly decent spot on the northern side in the hills. Again, John, we are now just waiting for this next circle to pop, like you say. Depending on where it goes, again, we could have some hectic transitions. A Romania team now are out. Pro actually get those shots. This is really good for Pro. Like we were saying before, they're currently in the 24th spot, right at the bottom of the rankings. They need a good game to start off the day.
It was also a pretty good pickup for Evil as they made their way in. Of course, they're sat pretty low down. The next shift is really unkind to everybody. It's right onto the river, right onto that central island, and it's going to split the ground 3 ways. Really unlucky.
Yeah, whenever we see this circle shift on Erangel, what tends to happen is the players who are on the south side have the best of it. But if you're on the northern side, you are forced to play on that northern bank, swim across, potentially hide around on the middle island. So really, if you're on the north side now, you're not doing too much other than killing off all the other players on that side and really waiting for where the circle will go next and hope that it pushes the players on the southern sides toward you.
I would say that probably the best spot to be in right now, soft edge on the southern bank.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more.
I think that teams like Evil and even actually the duo from MVP that survived the fight against Cream will be pretty happy here. Everyone on the bank, though, will be shot at from both sides, and it's exactly what's happening to FUTBOLIST. They're getting plinked away at by BitIce, who, of course, are on this northern shore. They do need to move a little bit further east, but it should be okay. Hope moving in from the northwest, trying to rotate into that circle, trying to control the bridge, of course, to that central island. Mackie goes down, and I think they've just sent one in to try and confirm that kill. Unfortunately, they might come a cropper against the 2 players playing the bridge troll. 2 of the Hope members are going to move across. Of course, you've got Kaos on that island as well. KUMA taking the fight with FROMHELL. FROMHELL already taking down SIMURGA, and they're not going to stop there, it seems.
Yeah, this is our home. This is our swamp. Get the hell out.
Wow. Real fast stuff coming out from FROMHELL. Will take down a lot of the KUMA members. I think only 1 remaining now. It's just Tabsy. He's in trouble. Oh, he pushes in through the door. Beautiful stuff. KUMA get wiped. 7 kills for FROMHELL. They maintain all 4 players. This is a really good start to the day for them.
It was very important to save Deuces there. With this really strong position, you want to hold on to 4 players so you can hold all those angles. I was going to say, though, FUTBOLIST, although they're in Rozhok, I said it's a strong position, but they're currently playing on the rooftops. I'm not sure I agree with this, because even though the north side is a little bit more dangerous because you have to push down from there, it still retains a lot of high ground that they can use to shoot down into Rozhok. Anyone playing those buildings, all you want to do is maintain cover and maintain sight lines using that third-person view if you are playing as compounds in Rozhok.
This is so unfortunate for BitIce. They're just getting plinked away at by Pro at the moment. Already getting 3 kills on board. Their vehicles are getting absolutely demolished here and taking a bit of fire as well. The damage is on. The sprays, no, not quite landing. And surprising, no shots are coming back at them. They're just healing up. For now, 2 of them are down, so they are both rezzing. They're just in a line. Look at that. They cannot move. They're completely pinned. Over on the bridge on the western side, though, there's still a fight going on.
Yeah, well, I don't know why they're still shooting at them. Bro, now, like you said before, bridge trolls, but without the clubs because they cannot use any weapons while swimming here. And Hope literally have them pinned down. They have cast the net is on either side, and they're just waiting for these two players to wander right into it.
Ooh, Futbolist get a knock over onto FROMHELL, and BitIce continue to get pinned. The next circle just about to pop now, and that is brutal.
Oh, dear.
Oh my goodness me, a hard western shift and it zones straight onto that central island in the river. It's a really tricky spot for pretty much everyone involved, as we said before. Futbolist taking the knock. They will take down Nico yet again. BitIce really pinned here, and they're under fire from pretty much everyone. However, these rotations are going to be really tricky. Kaos probably have the best of it in this situation. Hope clearing out the bridge on the western side, eliminating Bro from the fray, might also have a very strong spot if they can control those rocks around the bridge.
I think here as HIceX right now, they need to speed up the game plan because they're in a position where the circle can move away from any moment, but FROMHELL currently taking this fight with Futbolist, John.
Slow it down just a little bit. The spray is in and another knock comes through. Just the Narshit to try and hold it down. The rest of his teammates have fallen. Will he be able to stand up? They'll spot the go out wide. That should be it. FROMHELL, they are on a tear. 11 kills now blank, and they're controlling this eastern side like it's their plaything.
So easy, but now they have to make their way across into the circle. Cream Esports currently have a really strong position, holding down what I believe is a compound over there. And they've got so much terrain around to hide around. Kaos currently trying to do the best here, but they really have to be worried about what's behind them.
Oh, that's not an unfortunate position for Geki, especially to come against an M16 with that. I believe that's a 6X there. Just so much damage. There's no way he's getting away from that, but they might be able to get the refrag on someone. Drops behind a rock, will get the heal. Pro now trying to challenge Hope for the bridge. They will get the res, but Matic, he's there. He will spot this out. Will he be able to actually hit the shoreline before they get the res? That's the question.
He can see them. Yeah, that's...
yeah, there's no way that Pro get away from this. Everyone's just so low. Hope
yeah.
do shut them down, and Pro are eliminated in 10th. Not the greatest performance. They've started off pretty well, but again, they just rattled out a little bit early.
Yeah, Hope demanding the bridge toll, and the toll is death and your life, all in all, and they will absolutely have it. Not really playing up to the name of Hope. They're a little bit more evil than they would let on.
Yeah.
But now we're looking over to Sunken. A very cool little end circle here if we do see it drop, which we will do very, very shortly.
If it goes away, all of the teams having to leave Sunken at massive disadvantage. BitIce control, or trying to control now against Kaos. You can see them on the sidelines, but I think Kaos have the best end of it. A lot of damage being chucked out towards BitIce. Kaos have already lost 2, though. Looks like they're in a 2 versus 1. The next shift is over to the southern bank, and it's still over in Sunken City once more. Cream are going to be able to control the rotations from the northern side. Hope already trying to make that break, but everybody in with a shout here.
I said that here as HIceX earlier had to speed up their game plan, but you know what? These guys are the pros. They know what's going on. They knew to stay there, so all props to them. I was wrong. This was a very strong play from here as HIceX to stick around. Now they have pretty much all the information on the players around them who made their way into the circle. If they were watching, if they were making sure to gather that information as the players all made their rotations in. But look how many teams are alive here in the very small circle on phase 6. 8 teams, 24 players.
It's because of the urban setting in Sunken. It's really easy to find a lot of hiding spots.
The bank too, John.
Exactly. There's a lot of terrain that you can use in there. Hope controlling the northern bank, and there is a little bit of an area underneath the bridge. FROMHELL, though, they will not be shut down. They will not be silenced. Robdini going for the trade.
He almost got it.
Almost gets the spray, but not quite there now. As the knocks do start to go on through. Kalast can't really confirm this one. The rest of FROMHELL are there. Cream, you can see them holding under the bridge. Will try and zone away against Hope. But they don't really have too much power. 2 of them already down. 1 of them trying to hide. And you can see Kalast making that break. 7 teams now remain blank.
Robdini is a literal weapon. The fact that he dropped the floor there whilst being shot and almost got his target, almost got his mark is incredible. But looking at all these teams here, Cream Esports are in a really tough spot. Disboy just looking to lag her up right now underneath the bridge. He has a lot of cover from a lot of these teams who would be more preoccupied with worrying about one another right now. Silas has a nice central position, whereas the rest of his team are holding on the outskirts. They're ready to leave this when the circle moves away, if it does.
Hope doing a lot of work. 10 kills for them as well. They have the Northern Shore. They are in the next circle. The bridge really very much under their control, but it's a risky spot to be in, certainly. Could go either way. The drop going right into the center of the river. The only team that could go for this is Hope, if they opt to go for the swimming cross. But even then, don't think that's entirely likely. We'll have to wait and see. The next zone, very, very close to coming in now, Blank.
That it is. Just closing on the northwest side right now. Disboy and Matic both have the same idea, which is fine. Kingsman drops it into the water. Very nice and easy. Gets you in very quick. And then you make a little bit of a quicker cross. Let's see if he tries to punch out. Ooh. Oh no, he sees him. He's like, I'm just going to let you, you can stay there.
That's his teammate. I don't know if Max told anyone, but that is his teammate. They will be able to, I believe, eliminate Cream, though, in the meantime. Just Disc Boy there, and the zone shifts once more. And Hope have the best of it on this shoreline. Fantastic stuff coming in from them. Kingsman will be able to resupply there off the crate. And everyone from Sunken will have to start to push out. It's unfortunate, but they have to make that break, and now Hope can control underneath the bridge. They're in a really strong spot now. FROMHELL might try and challenge from the back and try and sweep on through, but it's such a difficult area to move in. The water providing such a massive barrier to movement.
Really smart play from here as HIceX. They've got a player in the middle here relaying so much information, and they also have the players on the outside the compound ready to leave, see? And they can also put their hurt onto Hope too, so very, very good spot from them. They're going to be relaxed here. Gets the nade onto White too from FROMHELL. Here's HIceX looking to be those final circle warriors once again.
We know how strong they can be in that situation, but the push is going to start to come through as the blue zone does go on in. First knock goes over to Hope against MVP. Of course, they only have 2 players, and with Leon going down, that's going to be it. Militia soon to follow. MVP eliminated in 6th. But here as HIceX start to come in, they're starting to chime on through. And they are going to push on out from Sunken City. They're going to make that break against Hope. This wall, such a strong spot for them, but she can land the shot. That's going to be it. Nice from Solus, but the duck down there just in time to save the life of Kingsman. In they go. Yeah. Such good control over this corner of Sunken City. 4 teams now remain.
Massively good position from these guys. You know these players have it in them. You know it's not luck at this point, because they do it time and time again. They just get the juice going in these final circles. I don't know what it is about them.
Looks like they get the spray once more. Selim able to get the knock onto Zumba. They are spreading out wide. They are still all 4 on the coastline. 13 kills for them. Evil, probably the most at risk here. They push up. The Kingsman steps up to get the knock. Will get it and get away with it once more. Here is HIceX not quite able to finish it off.
It's sad because Hope are really trying to finish off Evil Esports here, but every time they poke their head out, there's Heroes HIceX taking shots back at them. And look at this. Kingsman only got bandages. 1 stim left on him. He has to get over to the evil bodies there.
In the meantime, by the way, Disc Boy still going for Northern Lights under the bridge. He's been playing in the water this entire time, just having a little bit of a float, treading water.
He's blubbing over here.
Of course, yeah, you could see. It's just sinking down, and actually Hope at risk here. They might try and get the flush out. Here is HIceX. They move along the coastline, but that might be the worst decision they could make. Kingsman able to get the spray onto 1, gets a second to boot. They turn it on, and look at this go.
Yeah.
Matic is there, and Selim really low out in the open. They're caught unawares, and now Hope have 19 kills. They should know where Northern Lights are.
Oh my god, yeah.
And it's just Disc Boy. They know he's there. They'll be able to round it up to a clean 20. The smoke is out, and they're just playing with their food. Disc Boy might try and give the kill over to the blue zone and deny a point here.
If you toss out the smoke, you can actually see the outline of the player underneath.
Yeah, there we go. They managed to close it down. 20 kills coming out from Hope. A massive performance coming out from them. They were sat in 10th before on 51 points, but they've just earned themselves so many more. Total, of course.
It's a 40-point game.
Yeah, that's a 40-point game. That's going to leave them up on 91.
That's quite sizable.
That's pretty huge.
Quite large.
That's got some heft to it.
That's a goose. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's less of a chicken. It is more of a goose dinner.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff coming out from them. 10 kills going over to Matic, just on his Todd, on his lonesome. Zumba not quite having the same impact, but still providing a nice angle for them to be playing around.
I was very upset with HIceX's push there, though. It seemed... I know they were being pushed by the circle, but when they pushed up to the bankside, pushed up the bridge with the smoke, I felt like it was far too quick, far too desperate, or at least they were trying to finish out the game too quickly. I don't think they had to make that kind of mad dash up there. They were impatient, and Hope just waited them out.
I would agree with that. I think that they had such a dominant position going for those side peaks, especially when you saw how Hope were playing against Evil. When they were going up, they had to go for the peaks. They were exposing themselves, and HIceX could just shut them down. They didn't have those angles when they were fighting them themselves. And if they had laid back just a little bit, maybe they'd have had a better shot at going on in. Northern Lights, by the way, played with 3 players, managed to place second. 0 kills, however, so they only managed to net themselves 14 points. Still, that's a great turn up for them, and even with 3 players on board, they still put in the effort.
Yeah, this boy is going to be getting out of the water a little bit cold, but got to heat himself back up for the next match. But yeah, well done to them. Big well done to them. This boy managed to keep out for a very long time then. I think that's fair enough from Hope. They were really more preoccupied with HIceX. I think HIceX had a lot of opportunities there where Team Hope were being like the moles on the whack-a-mole machine, poking their heads up.
Yeah.
They just weren't getting the mallet down quick enough, sadly.
No, not quite. Of course, FROMHELL doing very well, getting 5th place.
This is it. Yeah.
Racking up 13 kills for themselves, so they'll be pretty happy with that performance. We'll see where they end up on the tables. So there you can see the final kill going through as this boy does get eliminated. Beautiful stuff on control going in for Hope. Of course, they had the northern side. They had a difficult rotation and decision to make from the northern bank in the first place. They played the middle island, and then the shift came in for them, and they were able to just hold the bank. And as everyone exited Sunken, well, they just shut them down.
Yeah, it's good understanding of that circle there, because just outside of Sunken, there's that wall on the bank as well, which provides you cover to actually shoot at people who are coming out of Sunken. Well, you saw in the highlight at the end there, you got Silas running out into the absolute open. I mean, he may as well have had several just beeping alarm clocks on him the whole time when he was running out. He just exposed the position so much. Soulless, running out out in the smoke instead of going for the res onto his teammate. It's just confusing to me.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But they still managed to net themselves a decent performance coming through. I mean, hitting 3rd place with 5 kills. Certainly pretty good. You can see FROMHELL jettisoning themselves way up on the scoreboards with those 12 kills. But I think the headline, of course, Team Hope, 40 points, 20 and 20.
It's a YouTube game right there. Get that one highlighted, boys. Get it on YouTube. Really well done to Team Hope. FROMHELL, 19 points. They're going to be feeling pretty good about that one. HIceX, 15. It's not what you wanted to come away with in 3rd, and Northern Lights able to get those 14 points for coming in 2nd. No kills, but you know what? Those placement points are absolutely fine.
Kaos will be okay with this one as well, of course, posting 9 points, a total of 13 for them before that, so they'll be up on 22 now, which is a good start, but they are still on 5 games played, so they've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Pro getting 5 on the cards. Again, not doing super well, not the best of performances, and rather stunningly as well, SIMURGA going down early to the fight from FROMHELL.
We did talk about this though when we watched SIMURGA play, that they had a lot of circle look there. We wanted to see if they could do it again. Yes, they got 2 chicken dinners on that day, but both times that was a lot of circle look involved.
And with it, look at that. Team Hope leapfrog up, 40 points for them. They're now beating out SIMURGA. They are the top 5-game team. They're going to be looking to try and dethrone Unique. But, of course, as we say time and time again, it's all about consistency. Will Team Hope be able to continue it moving forwards? Or will they slip back into old tricks?
Well, that's the thing with Team Unique, is we know they can do it again. When you see a game from them, you're like, okay, this is a game that I could quite easily see on Sanhok. This is a game where I could quite easily see on the next map, Vikendi, you know? Here is IceX, another team that's like that. I am fully convinced that these guys are up there and prepped to get chicken dinners. Weird one from them there, but you know what, Team Hope, got to give them a lot of credit there. Really good position.
Yeah, a couple of the teams down the bottom though, not doing so hot. KUMA and Pro obviously lagging behind, as well as Romania team starting to join them. Kaos had a decent showing there, but really not too much to worry about as if you're higher up the table. And of course, Evil and Bro still sat down just a little bit lower than we like to see them.
FUTBOLIST as well, obviously coming off a pretty good win in the tournament elsewhere, but sitting here at 18th with 35, they're feeling pretty upset with themselves right now. They have stopped doing a lot of these silly movements, silly rotations with just 2 players and making that split at the beginning of the game, which I'm happy to see. But I just want to see some more of that oomph that we saw at the beginning of the group stages from them, because I absolutely know that they have it in them.
Well, we'll be getting that serving of oomph that we so desire after the break. We are going to find out with our next map. Make sure you stay tuned, because when we're back, we'll have more of the EU semi-finals. Do not touch that browser. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.
PUBG Mobile Team Deathmatch. A quick game for those short breaks. There is a better choice. PUBG Mobile Team Deathmatch. Endless respawn, endless fun. There is a better choice.
Just playing and waiting and biting his tongue, waiting for the right opportunity to pounce onto Xiaoqi, but Xiaoqi is still, again, he has the elevation, he's right on top, and Sibu doesn't have helmet, as AJ just said, so he might be in trouble, but Xiaoqi actually falls down all the way, and he actually dies. What the heck just happened there? And Sibu, but he's all alone here, as Sergio already got dropped, so CTL's
Surprise!
left with 1 player. The
And that's a great grenade!
Holy smokes, you are totally slow pace. They've dropped gears a little bit, but of course the thing is, yeah, we saw Group A battle Group B, and then Group C battle Group D, but we didn't see Group A battle Group C just yet. So I think Group A and Group C.
He could have stayed ahead of the blue.
Why are you healing?
He's trying to out-heal. To be fair, at the current rate, he will be fine. He's banking on Unique taking down DreamEaters before the next phase pops, because after that, he will not be able to out-heal.
There is a secure position behind this hillside, though.
I know.
There's really no reason for this. I think this is a very big mistake from Mysterio and Myth. He won't be able to out-heal the next. He's got a couple, but that's him out. Yeah. A really big whiff there from Mysterio and Myth. I think they could have absolutely come on the backside of DreamEaters.
Oh, out comes Frost. He's able to get it, but he needs to mount up. He needs to try and heal. No. He popped the wrong heal. He is going to go down, and now it's just Mortal trying to hold it.
To drop him, a couple of players left. It's
Oh,
actually
he doesn't
Nagasaki.
know.
Yeah, Nagasaki
It's-
is there.
It's a hide and seek game right now. Like everybody, like, where is that guy? Like he's like, I'm chilling. Like everything's good. Like,
Yep. It's all good in the hood as Euphoria is all alone. Nagasaki is their player, but he has been
like
found
they're
by
not finding
Spag.
him.
No, they don't know where he's at. Okay, they found
finally.
him. Finally, they found him. So it will be IF.
You see someone go down, and then all of a sudden, everyone stops shooting it. I think it's a really
Strong position, somehow managed to slip themselves into Monument.
I don't know
up here.
what happened to back-to-back there. They just faced off against 3 teams, or separately, they get wiped.
Yeah.
pure horsepower careening them into all sorts of situations. KUMA though, they spot out the Formula Atari. Kind of God still in the pickup truck, will get picked up himself. Right away, so they will be pretty pleased with that. Stereo Myth now on the southwestern side, right on the edge. Ooh, the tiniest of slivers of angles there for ready and waiting with open arms. It's unique. Oh boy. Peeks up the top. Yasha there to back him up, and they are just getting shredded down as soon as they run forward.
It's just hard.
Make it to second, but it's unique to regain dominance, and they will take the chicken dinner on Sanhok. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the European semi-finals, of course. My name is John Allen. With me is Blank. We're going to be bringing you the PMCO 2019 full split. It's going to be great stuff coming in. And, of course, you can play PUBG Mobile with NEX and bringing you a more immersive, more powerful, and a more outstanding performance with those mobile devices. So there go your glorious chicken dinners. If you can catch them, you'll be using a NEX mobile device.
Yeah, you got to catch your chicken dinners first before you grab them. But
They've been crossing roads left and right, I'll tell you that.
There is one thing you also have to do to make sure you stay up to date, don't you guys?
Oh yeah, a little thing that you should be aware of course. Head over to the YouTube channel, PUBG Mobile Esports, and hit subscribe to stay up to date with all of the PMCO action, as well as not just this region, of course, as well as all the other regions, and you can see what everyone is getting up to. And of course, if you want to join in and play a little bit of PUBG Mobile yourself, you could do so. Android devices, head over to the Google Play Store, and iOS. It's the App Store. You can head over there, search up PUBG Mobile, and you too one day could be up here with the likes of Unique at the top of the scoreboard currently. Not playing today, but they have had a real big impact when it comes to this tournament.
I mean, there are other regions on as well, like Sage on that you can catch up with, but right now it is all about Europe and the best teams who are currently there. We have seen Team Unique and Team Hope just coming off of a 40-point game on Erangel, which was very, very picante, very spicy. I love it. You love to see it.
Yeah, well, we're going to be moving over onto Sanhok next to try and see if we can give it just a little bit more chaos, because I don't know if we had enough chaos for that final circle.
More.
From Sunken and the middle island in the river. I thought, you know, that was way too sedentary. What we want, hard shifts on Sanhok. That's what we want to see.
We want to go from mild on the menu. We want to go all the way up to extra hot.
Okay.
I want it so hot that I'm not going to enjoy eating it, but I'm going to eat it anyway because I don't want to look like a wimp.
And you've been dared to by all your mates, and quite frankly, you shouldn't do it because of that.
But you do it anyway.
You do it anyway.
And that's exactly what Sanhok's like.
Yeah, well, if we are going to do anything, it's going to be going over to Sanhok now as we head on into the game. We'll be loading up very, very shortly over the skies of the jungle, and we'll see if we have any funny games to play.
That we will. Sanhok, obviously, gonna head over there. I'm sure you guys know by this point, but we all know that it's a very, very firefight heavy type of map. A lot of the areas are going to be heavily congested a lot of times, so important areas are the high ground, making sure you take care of that early, get that scouting through, John. Make sure you see where those transitions are coming through, keeping in mind the playing path too. And this map, of all the maps, you need to have a good IGL.
Absolutely. It needs to be clean, clear cut, because of course all of the locations in Sanhok on almost all plane paths can be accessed, no matter what, because it is such a small map. So you need to be constantly wary of what's around the next corner and constantly ready for the fight. The plane path heading from Kampong all the way over to Hatin. A straight cut everywhere, accessible as is tradition over on Sanhok. Very easy to get where you want to go. Early drops from Hero IceX, and looks like they're going to be heading to Kampong. I'm going to be trying to keep track of SIMURGA to see if they are going to have a little bit less of a hot drop and be able to have a little bit more pressure into this circle and into the rest of the game.
Yeah, teams like Team Hope got a little bit more room to really think about what they want to do here. Currently the North Western Island, only KUMA heading up there again. A team trying to isolate themselves, make sure they can ladder up for that late game. They get those points on board, especially a team like KUMA who did start the day very, very low down on the rankings overall. But currently very, very split. A lot of teams be able to go absolutely everywhere. We're not having too many hot drops. Boot camp is only contested by one other team other than Romania team. But Bro Mobile Gaming versus Pro down in Painan, that's really the only hotspot.
You got Chaos as well. So this is a really hot drop actually for these three teams. I think Bro in the really, probably the worst spot here, but Pro not able to get the frags. One knock will go through.
Yeah.
But they're able to get the refrag. Bandita is there. The rest of the team, though, will be there to back him up. They're looking to try and get this confirmed, get this kill on board. Pro, though, they've taken 2 knocks already. Hopper has to fall back and get the retreat, but Claw gets confirmed. And it's a real hot drop here in Painan for them. Pro really not having the best of luck as Hopper goes down as well. Mackie able to zone it away. You got Hope actually able to chime in on the sidelines. They've heard what's going on. They want to be the 4th party here, Blank.
That they do. I mean, this is absolutely fine. If you can come in and wreck faces, nice and easy. That's Bobby going out. Oof. And just as Black and White goes down, as does Mario.
Chaos, though, they're across the river. They might try and push in, see if they can pick up the pieces here. Of course, Bro, all very, very low after this res as well. They won't have had time to loot too many meds. And in fact, Hope might be able to edge guard it as well. Chaos are going to potentially make their way across the river. At the moment, it's just Mizaki with a little bit of malarkey. Cracking it on in. Over the top goes the Molotov. A nice little burn, but it's not really going to zone too many people away. And Chaos fall back.
Bro Mobile Gaming right now, trying to control this bridge side. This is fine. Both teams can quite comfortably chill out on either side of the river right now, but they will have to move at some point. Usually, the circle goes western. you want to take control of Painan and hold on to it. But here, both these teams could leave very easily, head up onto the east side, but they are taking heavy fire from PMCO Gaming, and we're just tagging them up.
Hope have set up that line on the eastern shore, but you've got MVP and Northern Lights behind them as well, who might be looking to push in behind where Chaos are currently holding. This is a really tricky fight for a lot of these teams. They need to be very, very careful from so many different angles.
Oh yeah, anyone on this southwestern island is going to be coming to this spot to cross. And if there's two teams who have had a really extended fight because there were 3 teams here originally, they're going to come into contact with some teams who are looted, who are full HP, who will be coming in from a better position on the hillside. So yeah, they've got to be super careful, and someone's got to be thinking about moving. I think it has to be PMCO Gaming. They are closest to the circle and closest to making this transition here.
Almost getting spotted out, but Maki sneaks it back in. Zaki not quite going to be able to get in. They are in the circle currently, but as you say, they will have to shift pretty soon. Maki goes down to a nice knock from Chaos. Hope have left the backside of this fight, so they might have a little bit of an exit strategy for Bro, but they've already lost a player. Not really where you want to be. He pushed a little bit too aggressively, did our Maki. And now Bandita might be doing the same thing against Doc, but he's able to get a little bit of cover on the Humpback Bridge. And falls back. I don't think they're going to try and go for this res. They might try and watch out for the flush, however. As Black-White just looks for those off angles. Looks for something. Looks for a little bit of a helmet.
Pro out in 16th, John. The hopes are starting to look very grim for this team.
Yeah, it's not going well. They really starting to sink on down. Of course, at the end of the day, they'll be halfway through their run. And they won't nearly have secured enough points on these 6 games that they've played. The fight continuing to go on for Bro and Chaos, however, as it is going to be the confirm coming out onto Maki for Kokria. Coursera.
Yeah. Coursera sounds nice.
Coursera is actually,
Yeah.
I like that one.
I'm pretty cool with that name. PMCO Gaming, though, you expect they're going to start to make the leave here. Amigo does spot him, but just too late, makes his way over the lip of that hillside. What a shot from underneath the shack there from Bandita. Very happy with that one. Now, Black and White looking for the nade to finish. Does go over the top. These 3 players are sticking around. Another one goes through, tries to prevent the res.
The nade over the top might just be able to hit something, but it's just a little bit too late. Did bounce off the roof and not really play a part there, but another one goes in. A little bit risky for this location. Could potentially be seen Amigo, maybe at danger, but no, it bounces back off the roof once more. Not quite able to get the arc in. This standoff going on for so long here in Painan. 4 players alive for Chaos at the moment, and Bro, they're down to 3 after their loss of Maki. They might just want to think about abandoning this and leaving, and you can see that's what Bandita's starting to do.
This is what I was talking about before. They have the best opportunity to leave. There's a lot of hard cover on this hill, and if they can take it early, it makes it very hard for Chaos to move up as well. The only issue being is that in that situation there was an opportunity for PMCO Gaming to try and bring this one back after the knock. But I think this is the smart move. It's what I suggested before, and it's what they're going to go for. They just have to be worried about a lot of the teams on this south side who have yet to make their move past boot camp up to Paradise Resort, where they think teams will be holding.
You said you want to see a little bit more oomph from Futbolist. Well, this is their opportunity. They've already got 1 kill on board. I believe one of the players of MVP has gone down. Complete zoning control going in now as they go in for the fight. All of us in right through the crack there. We'll be able to get 1 knock, 2 go through as well as Zezzy chimes on through. And now on the back it's Daddy to get shut down. Beautiful stuff coming in from the Futbolist. There's your oomph flank.
That's exactly what I wanted to see, John. The oomph is back. I know this team can do good things, and this is exactly what we're seeing here. If they can continue that into the rest of the semi-finals, I'm going to be really happy with it. It just has to continue. That's the major thing. Hardly anyone on the northern side of the circle. Bit Ice currently on the northeast side, but that's about it. On by Camp Bravo. SIMURGA just north of Lakawi. Remember, they have to actually move over the hillside, so they've got to be wary of teams who are going to come and try and gatekeep them as they try and move out, which is why they're going north up to Camp Bravo. It's a much safer path to take. Yeah. Got the map on your screen there for you. KUMA also now making their way in from that northwest island, but they are going to still try stay relatively safe. I think that's how they played last game on Erangel. They'll do it again here, and hopefully they find some more success.
FROMHELL playing quite central along with HIceX and Hope, as well as Romania team who have left bootcamp now to move down a little bit further southeast. You can see the Futbolist might opt to put in, but this hillside that you just briefly saw there on your screen, really hotly contested around Quarry. FROMHELL.
Yeah.
They're going to loot up just a little bit.
I hate this spot, though.
It is very difficult to play.
Especially at this part of the game here. You might not think 8 minutes is quite late, but it is quite late for sticking around in Quarry. See here is IceX ready to get the drop on them. I don't think that stat is correct, by the way, guys, so...
Not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. But
yeah. I don't think he healed 80 over 6 days.
I think at the moment, though, FROMHELL know that IceX are there. No one else does. And that, well, that's going to give the game away. Massive nade up in the sky. Soulless peeks the corner. Will get spotted out. Deuces goes over the peak, but is not quite going to be able to push up just enough. Soulless takes a little bit of damage. Actually, a couple of the other players do as well. Hope are there on the sidelines, and it's Silas to go down first.
Very uncharacteristic of IceX here. Not necessarily known for having bad positioning, but coming off the back of that loss where it was almost guaranteed, perhaps they're feeling a little bit of the pressure right now.
Soulless goes down, IceX, they're getting peppered. Hope are there on the sidelines. FROMHELL striking from below, living up to their namesake, and it's Hope to wipe it down. 4 kills coming in, and IceX get thawed, obliterated, taken down.
Literally put in the oven by Hope here. So easy as well. Now FROMHELL get a little bit of an out. They do get to leave Quarry, and they know exactly where his team is coming from, but look at all the hard cover. Look at all the rocks. It's so difficult to pinpoint a location, and now they're just giving the game away too.
Oh, taking a firefight. Taking a little bit of damage back in the meantime. Cream over on the southwest near Painan have actually inserted themselves right down the middle of the fight between Kaos and Bro that we were watching earlier. They've decided that, you know what, we want to fight on 2 directions, and in fact, they're going to lose probably on both. And
hey guys, what you doing?
it's not the greatest spot there for them, but they did opt to cross around there, and they didn't scout it out, so maybe it's hoisted on their own petard. Maybe a little bit on their own confidence, but Matic goes out for a confident spray, takes down Deuces. Now they can start to push on onto FROMHELL. 4 kills already under their belt. FROMHELL quite low.
Nice little split here from FROMHELL, though. It does actually stop Hope from making too much of an aggressive push onto them because they don't know who to go for as of yet. And we'll give them time to spare. Deuces on very low HP. He needs to start popping that first aid kit and soon, or bandages, or wherever the hell he's got.
This is what you said you didn't really like about it going forwards, was the low ground being played around Quarry is very, very difficult to control, and the ridgeline really hard to peek. FROMHELL, they've taken wide angles here. Very difficult to get those reses, but potentially better in terms of the fight. Overall, Juices might opt to push down and around and try and catch them off, and White potentially the same.
It's very predictable locations that FROMHELL can play from. Ooh. On the other hand, Hope have got a much easier time at trying to scramble the brains of FROMHELL. You see Matic over there on the high ground. But really, FROMHELL, they just need 1 knock. That's all they need to begin this on and manage to get out of Quarry using it.
They are still all 4 players going on. Cream, I believe, going really, really low over on that southwestern side. We'll try and keep you up to date on that, but at the moment it's this standoff that really is not working super well for a lot of people. Actually, DreamEaters on the northern side might actually opt to chip in.
That's the big knock they were looking for. Now they can actually take some position, move out, whilst another player is also preoccupied with the res. It's going to take 10 seconds, so it does give you time. Looks like they're going to stiff up instead. I'm surprised if not move forward here. I guess they're happy with the position. It gives you a little bit of cover with the fences on the side, but Thompson, I believe, now knocked and down. They really should have taken that time to move out.
What's pretty tricky, though, they knew DreamEaters were going to be on the northern side. Well, not necessarily DreamEaters, but they knew someone was going to be there. KUMA, though, they've heard those shots go off, and they are going to push onto that compound as well. FROMHELL getting left alone just a little bit. Hope you can see them moving up the hillside. They're going to take those 4 kills and Scarpa. They don't want any more fighting going on, especially when they know that they're going to get pincered just a little bit. The teams from the southwest that they know are going to be there as well, we'll be hearing all of this gunfire, and extended fights on Sanhok can be deadly if you don't have the position to hold it down against multiple different assaults.
And here on Sanhok as well, you want to be able to snake in the late game, which means removing the backpack. So getting rid of a huge amount of ammo early is not a good idea. Remember to hold on to it. Make sure you get to that late game with enough to just hold on to when you do drop the backpack.
Oh dear me. Eclipse goes down to a nice off angle from Schlumpy. KUMA controlling the hillside just outside of the compound against DreamEaters. This is a really nice spot for them. The ground in front of them really benefits them. They have the ridgeline, they have so many trees and rocks to be playing around, and DreamEaters really don't have too much to be getting on with. They are laid bare, and unless they can push away in some miracle fashion, they're going to really struggle to move forwards. Next zone just about to pop as well. Everybody pretty central here. Headache, not quite able to take down Schlumpy. They go for the trade, and Zan is there.
KUMA has not always been necessarily the best in firefights, but there's the first shot from Zana.
They will be able to get it done. He drops down and behind a defilade, and then he turns the spray on. Really nice stuff. Shimmying sideways, getting out of that predicted spray position. And you can see he's going to pop on up and get to some hard cover, get behind one of those trees, and see what you can get done. Advocate, though, is just going to spray him down. He was stood in front of the tree. That's not where you want to be. The bullets don't stop if you're not behind your cover.
I think he wanted some visibility. He was like, wow, no, the tree. Actually, I can't see past it. I need to be in front of it.
Can't see the tree there. Unfortunate for him, but another knock over onto KUMA, and this fight's turning around. DreamEaters actually finding what they're looking for. The next shift is going to go a little bit further east. Naturally, SIMURGA haven't had to move so far based on their first drop. Nades coming out from DreamEaters a little bit too far down the hill. They were aiming for that smoke and seeing what they could get done, but it was just a little bit too off there. KUMA trying to respond.
Yeah, Zana made a big crawl in his daily workout in up towards Tabsy. And now they're firing a different team. Come on, KUMA. You haven't finished with DreamEaters yet, and they can see that the tracer rounds are there. FROMHELL take a pretty dominant central position. And FUTBOL is still fighting with Romania team as Hope make their way down.
They'll try and speed things up. KUMA do need to push, as you say, and they have to go straight through, so might be pretty tricky for them to make this break with all their players down. But they're healed up nice and healthy for now. Tabsy, though, takes a little bit too much damage. In the meantime, BitIce vying on the northern side of the next circle with Evil for control there. SIMURGA, though, they're going to start the fight out. They have the hillsides around Lakawi, which are really strong positions. And they might have some strength moving forwards. Of course, Quarry providing a massive barrier over on the western side of this next zone for all of these teams on the southwest to get funneled in towards each other and really come across on one another.
Yeah, it's the, like you say, John, southwest over here, very congested. BitIce currently trying to vie for position on the northern side, but is now dead.
Yeah,
Evil just absolutely remove them from existence.
Unfortunate position for them. They get taken down, they get rotated on by Evil, and in goes the fight. Bro, taking it to the FUTBOLIST.
Oh!
Okay. K. Harley, 99. Let's see what he can get done. Oh, no. That's Chaos. Going to be able to take him down. The FUTBOLIST, they felt the pain, but
look at
will
this
they
cheeky
feel the rest of it?
zigzagging on the floor.
This guy is an absolute beast.
Look at that.
Look at him go.
Is he going to make his way out?
He is dropping pretty fast, though. They will need to get that res off pretty soon. And if the FUTBOLIST can get it first, they might just lob an aid in and be successful. The res is just about to go, and they will be able to save him. Nicely done.
Hey, get in. Incredible. Love to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that is definitely on the list of things you hate to see for Chaos. They do lose Bandita.
Unfortunate.
Not a good time for Brobile right now.
No, Chaos, they're moving in from the southwest at the moment. They've got Cream on the southeast of them. FUTBOLIST and Bro on the northwest, so we'll see what they can get done. They should be able to sneak on by. Northern Lights just in front of them as well as Hope trying to guard them potentially. SIMURGA now moving up just a little bit in this next circle. They've got control of so much of this ground that they're going to be really lucky. But in come the FUTBOLISTs. The spray is out. A lot of damage done, but they're giving as good as they get. Will confirm against Bro. I think that might be Bro eliminated here, Blank.
I Would agree.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think they're all gone. Unfortunately, wiped off the hillside.
I thought Black and White was still up. I thought he got the second knock, but he didn't.
No, not quite. KUMA, though, they're feeling the pain as well. That's over on the northern side. Three teams very, very close to each other. DreamEaters and Evil all looking for it. And actually, KUMA from the back might just have an advantage.
I was confused with the player from KUMA here because they essentially went up to DreamEaters, poked the bee's nest, and then laughed and then ran away. And you know what happens when you do that is the bees tend to follow you. And appropriately, DreamEaters are currently in yellow, repping the B team.
Buzz, buzz.
I'm coming for you.
I'm a-coming. I'm a-swarming.
Let's just hope that they don't have one sting and die.
Yeah.
And they'll retain a couple more stings after this to make it to the last circle.
Yeah, just a
potentially
few
at
more.
chicken dinner.
SIMURGA move away from the hillsides of Lukawi. They've had to rotate a whole 300 meters blank during the course of this game.
Oof.
That's quite the trek.
Big run.
They'll need some real good refreshments after that. DreamEaters, though, Toffees just gets rattled down as FROMHELL edge guarding at the moment in glorious fashion. The next zone will shift everyone really central. Romania team very, very happy with their spot now as 11 teams remain. They are dead center of this circle. They're in a compound. They're doing pretty well for themselves. Over on the northern side, though, it's a difficult rotation for everybody involved. Evil and KUMA have moved out east. They don't want to run into FROMHELL, and wisely so. We saw how many kills they were able to get last time around. KUMA, though, they're coming a cropper against Evil as Shura rattles it off.
Let's see if KUMA figured out that the tree does actually give you cover. No, looks like they haven't.
He's going to run away, and Asura and Vaneska will just take him down. That is going to be KUMA eliminated, down in 11th position. Not where they wanted to find themselves yet again. DreamEaters, though, still struggling to push past FROMHELL. They will need to go in pretty soon, however, as the blue is going to start to push.
That is John. SIMURGA on the eastern side. They have a nice little valley here to play around with, but they probably need to get up to high ground quite soon. Kaos, Doc, Mizaki, both going down. I believe that is Kaos now out. Hope have basically squashed that away from them. Cream Esports are still trying to make their way in. It is Pocus on the southern side in the circle. And now Football is also making their way up.
Okay, all right. Lover's in with the off angle. Nicely done. The Northern Lights tried to push up and capitalize on the blue pushing in, but just was not to be. Cryboy does have the peak here. I think Lover's in knows what's up, though. He's not going to go on in. Look at this. The nade is out. Not quite going to be able to land in the window, however. Was a little bit slow on the cook as well, so not the best nade there, but it will do the job. It will allow them to push up. It's exactly what they wanted to achieve. And now Cryboy really at risk. That one will go in through the window this time. The nade a little bit delayed. Actually might be right on top. Does a little bit of damage, but it's Solkay to go down. They trade it back and forth. Cryboy very, very low in the building. And Arshit, though, will get taken down with the spray. Lover's in, tries to rotate around, will take down one himself. Only the last player remaining for the Futbolist now, Blank. They have 7 kills. They're the 9th team in, and it's 1 versus 1. The spray from the Vector not quite landing. They got the suppressor on there. They have a little bit more time for an Arshit. He pushes around the corner, takes a little bit of damage, but the reload, oh no! And it's the Futbolist to take the fight. 9 kills now. 8 teams remain, and Arshit's getting pushed by the blue. I don't think they have time to res this, and it might just be Loverzin trying to make his way in as far as possible now.
I mean, if there's any gun to go for the pre-fire on there, it is the Vector. Very bloody fast gun there. And he really locked down Cryboy in the end. Very well played, but now just 1 player remains from Football as half of the teams from the lobby are gone. 8 remain.
We're starting to move in towards the final circles now. SIMURGA feeling the pain. They've done a little bit better than last time around. Panda out in the blue. Does need to make a little bit of a run. They've got 3 players alive, but one of them going very, very low and down. I don't think they're going to be able to make it. Panda out in the blue has to use the medkit. No, he opts to go for the run instead. Just makes it. This man is one lucky Panda. Will be able to get the heal off as well. Evil might not be so lucky, however. They're outside in the zone. Vaneska going very, very low now. 7 teams are in. SIMURGA very close to the next zone, and Romania team might be able to hold it down. Hope, though, they're looking really strong. All 4 of them still live and kicking. And once more, they're the team to dismount.
Yeah, by the whiskers On his chinny chin chin, does Panda make it in there? Morteza, on taking the fight with Hope currently. Kingsman goes quite low.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to get the res now. Blank. Romania team not quite pushing out of their compound just yet. The cook is on, lobs it over. I think he spotted it, will get the kill anyway. So they'll be able to get it down. Vaneska is going to be able to make it into the zone, but he's behind some rocks that really aren't going to give him that much cover. The spray is there. He's out in the blue as well. It's just going to drop a first aid kit. I think it might have been just a little bit too late there. No.
I mean, he's good. He's good.
Yeah,
he's
the
good.
ticks aren't quite strong enough just yet. But I think Panda knows what's up. As soon as Vaneska pops. Yeah, that's the spray. That's evil eliminated. 5 teams now remain.
Vaneska, I know that we've touted you before as one of the best flankers in Europe, but going to the blue to flank, that's a little bit too much, I would say.
Yeah, just a little. Romania team only now with Magic remaining as Eclipse just rolls on through. One of the stronger fraggers for DreamEaters will get it done. Ooh, just missing the crosshairs from Magic. Not quite there. The heal needs to come out as he will be consumed by the blue. There's the spray. Easy pickings. Magic stays up for his team. Now 4 remain.
But of the chest whacks him back onto the floor. DreamEaters, like you say, are now out. FROMHELL, though, they have a pretty nice run up here. They've got compounds ahead of them and everything to stick behind. And now, once again, they meet back up with Hope, who are giving them some issues down in Painan. Out comes the nade. It's actually pretty decent.
Huge. Will take down Horosh, the close face against FROMHELL. They can push out wide. They've got cover from the sidelines as well. This is going to be really difficult to hold off. Robdini gets the conversion on that kill. 4 teams remain. Of course, you still have Romania team on the northern side with Magic. They might try and push it in, but another nade comes in from Hope. Hope trying to keep it alive now with 2 players remaining. FROMHELL with 3. They will be able to get this res as Deuces is there. Magic doesn't have the angle. And Matic now pushes out just a little bit. Tries to go for the snake.
Got a powder keg scenario here, John. All the teams rotating clockwise round. They are going to all meet eventually. White does take some shots too, but doesn't find anything.
SIMURGA all this time as well, pushing in on that eastern side. But the fight comes in. FROMHELL get 1. Will confirm it, and that's going to be the elimination on the eastern side. On the western side, sorry, against Hope. They will come in now. It's SIMURGA's time to shine. 9 kills already on the board. 3 teams remain against them. 1 is down for FROMHELL, and Romania team trying their best to hold it down. But 1 rock is all that stands between them and FROMHELL. But no, they managed to get the knock, and now it's just Deuces alive. Romania team comes in, however, Magic strikes from the shadows.
FROMHELL, they're still in this one by the skin of their teeth. John Robdini desperately trying to crawl back, but he is bleeding out quick. Like you say, though, Magic doing pretty well. Robdini is now finished. 2 players alive for both his team, and Magic hangs on in the sidelines.
Deuces might go for the wide peak, might go for the angle, does spot it out. Morteza,
oh my
he
lord.
tries to stick the res, but it will not go his way, and now it's FROMHELL 1 versus 2. Deuces and White against the Magic man himself. Will he be able to pull something out of his sleeve, or will FROMHELL be able to consume all? As they do snake towards each other. White goes out wide. Magic's right there, right in the grass. They should know exactly where the footsteps comes out. The spray goes wide. White goes down.
1.
He goes for 1. He manages to get it. No, he doesn't. It's Romania team to get eliminated, and FROMHELL take it home. Beautiful stuff coming out from them. That final circle, so tense. 10 kills for SIMURGA, but really the champions out the end of it were FROMHELL.
Magic almost able to pull the ace from the pack, but it's Deuces to put him down.
Yeah, he comes up. Trump's looking pretty good there. 4 kills for him. Gets that on board. Nice stuff coming on out. Of course, that's going to take them up to 8 kills on the game with a 28-point game. They're going to be pretty happy. Hope, though, they should be happy too. Of course, finishing in 4th, coming off the back of a really strong finish in the first game today. They're going to be really happy. They don't want home.
Yeah,
with plenty of kills as well. 11 on their side.
Especially where you're flip-flopping from different playstyles as well. You're in Erangel where they're playing much more cover-based combat, much more rotation-based combat. I know you go over to Sanhok where it's much more around firefight. Team Hope let us know that they can do it all. They are prepared to move into the regional finals. They are prepared to move through the rest of the semi-finals and put on a good show for us. FROMHELL, though, they really did need that win. They started the day out in 16th. Sure, they were safe by playing in that position, but they don't want to be just safe. They want to make sure they can make it through semifinals, get into the regional finals. They showed us in group stages they've got it in them, but we need to see more of that from them in the semifinals, and they're showing it to us here.
FROMHELL before today were on a 12.75 game average. They were on at the start of the day, of course, they were coming in at 51 points on 4 games. So they're going to have really changed those up and boosted their numbers significantly based on those performances. I'm really excited to see where they're going to finish, because they did manage to overtake SIMURGA, and despite SIMURGA finishing with 10 kills just above them, the first game of today for SIMURGA was really, really bad in terms of going down pretty much straight away to FROMHELL. Speaking of FROMHELL, they again have a good spot. They again have a good performance. We'll see where these final tables are going to take us, because it's really close, right? It's starting to group up around the top. But what we have to also pay attention to is the teams around the bottom. I'm looking at Kaos. I'm looking at KUMA and Pro. Really yet to really sort of come in and do anything to really get out of the stocks.
Yeah, KUMA. It just feels like at the point in time is that the firefight potential is just not there. They can make the rotation. They can make the safe rotations too. And it seems like whoever's telling them where to go, whoever's got the IGL on board, is quite smart and knows how to get them up those points. But when they take a fight, it feels like the comms break down. Obviously, we can't hear them, but it does feel like there is a disconnect between a lot of the players there just from watching them. It just doesn't go down how they want to. FROMHELL, pretty happy with that result in the game. We've got to remember that they moved in all the way from the western side, so they didn't have an easy time making it into the circle by any means. They were not just posted up there the whole time. So it's nice to see them succeed there, especially coming out from Quarry versus HIceX versus Team Hope when they were locked down there for such a long time.
Yeah, as well from FROMHELL, who were a sort of a middling team coming in to these stages. It's nice to see them have that sort of strength, and I'm expecting to see more of them today. But here come the scores on the door. SIMURGA with 20, getting a 10-kill game. Team Hope with 11 as well. Everyone posting really good scores here. Romania team actually probably the standout there. Of course, they were sat down in 20th at the start of today. So with an 18-point game, they're going to be pretty happy to just add that one up to their scores. See what more they can do.
12.75 average for Team Hope before this. Now they're on 29.5 per game, which is pretty ridiculous overall.
Yeah, it's going well.
Yeah, it's going very, very well. Romania team going to be happy with coming in 18th place. Big shout out to Romania. These guys are doing very, very well so far, despite being towards the bottom of the pack in group stage, coming to semi-finals, and they look much, much stronger, much more collected. And here we see Kaos laddering up a little bit each time, but I still don't think it's enough here to bring them out from the danger zone.
Just a little bit unfortunate. Of course, we did see a little bit more from FUTBOLIST, getting 13 points on the board. That's pretty good. That should be nice for them to grab on through, but Pro still 1 point. Unfortunate position, and actually probably more surprising though, HIceX down on 1 point as well as KUMA bringing up that rear. But HIceX, of course, one of those teams that has been consistently strong, and we talk about how they have really good strength in the final circles. It's just when they get cut down on those rotations that they start to really struggle. 2 games behind Unique, and they only have a 17-point gap to make. It's Team Hope to top it out, really, with a really, really strong setup.
That 40-point game was just ridiculous. Look, they've got 56 kills to 54 placement points. So these guys are really putting in the work when it comes to eliminations per game. All these players look very, very strong. I don't think there's a single player on the team where I'm like, okay, that guy is the fragger. Every single player from that team can do a lot of work should the role or the responsibility come down to him. So very happy with Team Hope so far. Coming over to the second page here, John.
Yeah, we've got MVP, who are still doing okay. They are still putting in the work, and there are plenty of teams who are going to be pretty happy to be just set on this page at the moment. Of course, it is in a little bit of danger, but if you're on 6 games, you're going to be okay with that. I mean, MVP, they're still sat over a 10-point average. DreamEaters, Magic sat near that boundary as well. If you're back-to-back, if you're Magic, you are a little bit worried now. You do need to think about how you're going to be moving forwards. Of course, 8 more games to play for the teams who have played 8 so far. 16 games in total in these semi-finals.
Still quite a long way off the finish line, so a lot of these teams can't feel too safe as of yet, especially if you're on that third page there.
Well, and especially if you're KUMA or Pro here. 13 points, 10 points, Kaos even then, 28. Not great at all on 6 games.
It's Not looking good.
Yeah, this is our red zone, which means that, of course, they are in danger of being eliminated. We will be saying goodbye to whoever ends up on this page in 3.5 days' time, I suppose you could call it, as we do still have 2 more games to play today. And then we are going to see who is going to get eliminated at the end of those semi-finals. At the end of this, we'll have the last 8 down and out, unfortunately. Going to be saying goodbye to them, but they've made it a long, long way so far already.
Exactly, and it's all credit to them making the semi-finals of the PMCO. Still, a lot of games ahead of us, a lot of new venues as well. Obviously, Malaysia all the way at the end there for the global finals. These teams vying for a spot there on the big stage.
Well, who's going to be able to get all the way to Kuala Lumpur? We'll have to wait and see, of course. You have to make it out of the semi-finals first, and when we come back, we will be taking a look at just how these teams are going to continue to push on forwards. Will Team Hope continue to live up to their name and have a really, really strong performance? We'll have to wait and see, but do stay tuned as we will be back with more PUBG Mobile after the break.
Just playing and waiting and biting his tongue, waiting for the right opportunity to pounce onto Xiaoxi, but Xiaoxi is still, again, he has the elevation, he's right on top, and Sibu doesn't have helmet, as AJ just said, so he might be in trouble, but Xiaoxi actually falls down all the way, and he actually dies. What the heck just happened there? And Sibu, but he's all alone here, as Sergio already got dropped, so CTL's
Surprise!
left with 1 player. The
that's a great grenade!
Holy smokes, yo, go pace. They've dropped gears a little bit, but of course the thing is, we saw Group A battle Group B, and then Group C battle Group D, but we didn't see Group A battle Group C just yet. So I think Group A and Group C.
He could have stayed ahead of the blue.
Why are you healing?
He's trying to out-heal. To be fair, at this current rate, he will be fine. He's banking on Unique taking down DreamEaters before the next phase pops, because after that, he will not be able to out-heal.
There is a secure position behind this hillside, though.
I know.
There's really no reason for this. I think this is a very big mistake from Mysterio and Myth. Hey, you won't be able to out-heal the next. He's got a couple, but that's him out. Yeah. Really big whiff there from Mysterio and Myth. I think they could have absolutely come on the backside of DreamEaters.
Oh, out comes Frost. He's able to get it, but he needs to mount up. He needs to try and heal. No. He popped the wrong heal. He is going to go down, and now it's just Mortal trying to hold it.
To drop him, a couple of players left. It's
he doesn't
Nagasaki.
know.
Yeah, Nagasaki is there.
It's a hide and seek game right now. Like everybody, like, where is that guy? Like he's like, I'm chilling. Like everything's good. Like,
yeah, it's all good in the hood as Euphoria is all alone. Nagasaki is their player, but he has been found.
They're not finding him.
No, they don't know where he's at. Okay, they found
finally.
him. Finally, they found him. So it will be IF.
You see someone go down, and then all of a sudden, everyone stops shooting. I think it's a really
strong position, somehow managed to slip themselves into Monument.
I don't know
up here.
what happened to back-to-back there. They just faced off against 3 teams, or separately they get wiped.
Yeah.
Pure horsepower careening them into all sorts of situations. KUMA though, they spot out the Fallen Atari. Kind of God still in the pickup truck, will get picked up himself. Right away, so they will be pretty pleased with that. Stereo Myth now on the southwestern side, right on the edge. Ooh, the tiniest of slivers of angles there for ready and waiting with open arms. It's unique.
Oh boy.
Peeks up the top. Yasha there to back him up, and they are just getting shredded down as soon as they run forward.
It's just
NEX
hard.
make it to second, but it's unique to regain dominance, and they will take the chicken dinner on Sanhok. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the EU semi-finals, the PMCO 2019 full split. My name is John Allen. With me is Blank. We're going to be breaking it down. We're heading over to Vikendi next, of course. If you want to be ready to beat out anyone on the battleground, it's time for seamless and uninterrupted gaming with NEX. And of course, if you want to see some seamless and uninterrupted gaming, you can head over to the YouTube channel, PUBG Mobile Esports, where you can check out all of the PMCO action across all of the regions. And if you want to be playing as well, you can head over to the Google Play Store on your Android devices and the App Store on your iOS ones, and you too could one day be in with a shot at claiming victory here at the PMCO. Fantastic stuff coming out from these teams today so far, Blank.
Big stuff.
Big stuff.
Overall. Team Hope with a 40-pointer at the very beginning of the day on Erangel. Then head over to Sanhok. They still do pretty well, but it's FROMHELL who come out on top. So far, we have not seen a team surpass anyone when it comes to free chicken dinners so far. We only have two teams with 2 chicken dinners at the top. We got Team Unique, who did it legit, and then SIMURGA kind of glitched it.
Kind of glitched it. They kind of just ate their magnets for breakfast. You've got the circles coming towards them.
No, they're a good team.
Yeah.
They're a good team.
They definitely are. I mean, we saw even on that previous Sanhok map that they were just a little bit, happy to go for it and see what they could get done, and they got quite a bit done, it turns out. They were able to get pretty high up into those leaderboards on that game, so fantastic stuff. We're going to be heading over, as I said, onto Vikendi next, compound-style play. We'll see how those rotations go, how those scouts fare, and will they be able to get taken down? Will they just be able to move on through like a hot knife through butter? Yeah,
really, really nice map here. Do love a bit of Vikendi. Very, very easy to rotate on most of the time because the circle doesn't tend to shift too hard away from you. With it being basically quite a nice circle on the map itself. Most of the places where...
Was it a nice circle?
Nice circle?
Nice circle.
Nice circle.
Nice circle.
Have you got a problem with my circle?
No, I think it's very nice. We're going over into Vikendi, as we will be dropping pretty soon into the island, of course. Everybody wants a Dino Park finish. We kind of saw one earlier in the tournament, but we want a proper one. I want to see people in the volcano, in the final circle, having to run around, but we'll have to wait and see. Dead central, east to west on this plane path should be pretty good.
Right, before you cut me off about my nice circle, we'll go back to that now. Most of the time where the circles do pop on this map, very nice and easy to rotate towards. Don't you dare. I saw you. I saw you preparing.
I'm so ready.
To jump in on my nice circle. Get away.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you finished your point now?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
You may continue.
Well, the game may continue as well. The team's starting to drop out. What team's heading to potentially Pubg there? We got, that's Kaos, and I can't quite see who else that is actually, but there's another team going with them. They might go up onto Trevno.
I think it's Bit Ice. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Bit
Oh
Ice.
yeah. There it is. Bit Ice. Northern Lights
Just
heading down a
barely
little
see
bit
Mopvik's
south.
name.
Cream moving down south as well. No one going castle, but here is IceX is stacked up just a little bit. You can see them dropping. Wow. Okay. Pretty early on. What a hard shift. Northwest on the island will move everybody pretty swiftly. Nobody going to Dobromesto just yet. FROMHELL very split on this drop.
Here's IceX. His Sun HP with the shotgun realizes Micro Uzi better than shotgun.
In certain
going to
situations,
leave. Yeah. I mean, in that situation, yes. Silas, you're cheeky. You're cheeky for using this skin. I reprimand you for using this skin. And I think everyone at home knows why. And I'm not going to say it, though. But you guys know why. You're in on it.
Fair enough. Absolutely. Should be ashamed. Not ashamed. It's
Not
fine.
ashamed.
It's fine. It's
Just
fine.
a slap on the wrist.
It's fine. But somebody going to be taking the top of these rooftops. We saw a really strong rooftop set of plays coming out from SIMURGA last time we were on this map. Remember, of course, with the circle lot going all of their way across the frozen lake around Tovar. Really, really great stuff from them, but they were able to hold down these rooftops like absolute madmen. Fortunately, though, they didn't have anyone at their back, and that might not be the case in this rotation. Of course, with the circle heading really far northwest, everyone's got to be there. Again, Evil and KUMA deciding to land right next to each other and having a little bit of a tussle there.
Yeah, they're having a bit of a tangle. See what can happen. We'll see if KUMA can come out on top. It is kind of important for them to come out on top at this point, to be quite honest with you, John. Pro, though, once again, they've got that game plan. They're just going to quarantine themselves, put the hazmat suits on, stay away We want nothing to do with any of these teams until at least phase 5, okay?
Yeah. SIMURGA, they've dropped over in Goroka, trying to hold it down. They are first phase in terms of settlements inside of the circle. So they might have a little bit of trouble sent their way, but still plenty of time on these rotations to come on through. FROMHELL, as I said before, were very split on the drop, but they went to separate compounds. They're now starting to meet up. They'll have more vehicles as well on board, so I really like this from them. Hope just a little bit further to the south. We'll need to push in. So will MVP, so will Futbolists, who are over just to the southwest of them near Mavatra.
Cement Factory, currently held by Northern Lights. They're going to have to move up. Cryboy has gone very much north, as this fight still goes on between Romania team and here is IceX. Well, you can say, John, a lot of teams are going to be rotating through the south, past Abbey, past Mavatra, up past Villa and into Goroka. So SMG going to be very wary of a lot of crashes about to come their way.
Yeah. Speaking of crashes, though, it's here is IceX straight into the open arms of the Romania team. But Silas just does not hold any prisoners. He's going to take 2 down, get the knocks. They're trying to get Viper as they rotate in to get the reses, but he's really pinned pretty hard now. Magic there as well, of course. Not quite able to do it in the final circle last time around. The rest of his team falling around his ears, and he certainly is going to need a little bit of magic to be able to get anything done in this one, but he just sends it. It's going to go away and probably leave them to it. Selim looks to be hot on the heels, though.
Clumsy fight for a Romanian team, and it looks like Heroes IceX are back in action a little bit here. That fight was very, very strong, very much calculated. They went for the refrag on the stairs, and we see a lot of teams fumble with that maneuver, with that refrag play, where they'll move up, they'll try and go for the refrag and end up getting both of themselves killed in the end. It's not great.
Not the greatest, no.
I am going to have a chat about the stats, guys.
That was a sickle kill. That was a sickle kill coming out from the guys over back in the settlement.
He is just, they're just reaping what they sow.
Something like that. He's getting another one. Look at that. Gets the headshot with that one, actually, as well. So nice, nicely aimed.
Alive. Absolutely, literally executed.
Fantastic stuff coming through. KUMA, they have that surround at the moment on Evil, but Evil aren't peeking. They're not going for it. Not just yet. Younggear has the top of these of this roof, but he's getting flanked on, and if they spot him out by these chimneys, he might not have the best of times. You can see Zana very close to actually spotting this one out. Might have done so already. But as they rotate around, Tabsy might have the angle on him as well. Younggear in a really risky spot.
Yeah, it is, like you say, John, a bit of a gambler's position up here. SMG, obviously, on the side of your screen there, taking shots onto Hope. Will finish off Kingsman. Looks like Hope were just trying to rotate on through. We'll check back in with Evil and KUMA later on, but looks like SMG just taking a very central position, waiting for the crash to come to them. And now a lot of those southern teams have moved up. Sushi, low.
Yeah, Cream will need to rotate pretty soon. They are down all the way in Volnova. And as you said before, they will have to push in. They are one of those southern teams. Younggear might be able to spot that one out, actually. Schlumpy goes down, and that's going to be one knock. Zana, though, on the sideline. Sushi pinned into the building as well. They do know where he is. There, he's spotted Zana. He knows exactly where he is. He's right on the corner. Vaneska should not be pushing out wide here. They do want to take the faces too, but looks like he is just waiting for the corner to go through. Yeah, not great from Vaneska to go for that. Certainly not in that situation. And now Zana's found himself too. It's Ashura to go down. A little bit of a misplay coming out from Evil, and KUMA might be able to capitalize. It's exactly what they wanted to find right at the start of the game. Sushi looking to try and push on as well to Kazuma. But he is very low. Might not be able to get it done. Ashura confirmed. It's Younggear and Kazuma standing for their squad.
If they can take down Sushi here, it'll be really big for them, because then it'll at least control a spot on the map. Sushi just behind the door right now, ready to close it in the face of Kazuma, give him a right bonk on the head. Let's see what happens. They are finishing Vaneska now. Like I say, John, now just 2 players remain from the Evil squad. Younggear still up on high. Wonder if KUMA know where he is.
If there's a game where KUMA could get a real good result for themselves, it's this one. Starting off this well. Whoa! They're in a real great position. Younggear takes a heavy hit from the nade. Managed to retreat behind the chimney, but Tabsy's on the flank, will spot out a heal, and that's going to be it. Evil eliminated. Or not quite, actually. They've still got one going. He will not go down. I thought Kazuma had been knocked in the meantime, but no. It's just him left standing, and KUMA now in a 4 versus 1. There's no way he gets the res hit.
Yeah, tries to go for the knock, does get the first one.
In comes the nade over the top as well. Oh, no, it's just a flash, I think. Might be the smoke, actually, to try and distract them.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't really matter, because he is going to go down nonetheless. There's the wipe that we were looking for. KUMA, as I said, this is probably the one where they want to try and get it. They're in the northwest. They're on the far side of the circle. They've already wiped the team who was competing with them, and they'll be able to get their loot as well.
Yeah, mega important fight there, John. Really, really important to send Evil packing and move up that ladder. One hell of a present delivered up to Young Gear, though, with that nade. Perfectly cooked. Comes out the oven, crispy as oat.
Everyone now finding those central compounds. That's really what the name of the game is here. You can see how densely packed they are. And just the poke damage coming back and forth. No one really looking to crash at the moment, except for those teams over on the east. I think there's about 3 or 4 different teams over still by the river, just to the east of it, and not rotating just yet. Here is IceX, though, playing spoiler to anyone who wants to try and push in. You can see Northern Lights, one of those teams. They are the most southerly. Bit Ice just a little bit further north, and here is IceX northern still.
Yeah, Northern Lights, Heroes IceX, and Bit Ice all trying to make their way out of here as soon as possible. They just want to make their way to Mount Kresnik, get a decent position up there, maybe edge guard on that side. It also gives you plentiful cover from all the teams on the west as you move in. Looks like Bit Ice are just going to rotate around it, though.
Yeah,
for the time being.
I think that's a risky decision from Bit Ice to try and go a little bit more central. They'll know that all teams now will be in this circle. Those central compounds will be absolutely jam-packed. So going more central, in my mind, probably not worth it. Try and play a little bit further towards the edge. In terms of your tempo, you're not quite there with the big dogs. So we'll see if they're able to get in at all. Yeah. Looks like they have stopped just a little bit further out near coal mine, so good decision there. Heroes IceX, though, might be crashing in behind them. Northern Lights, they make a little bit more of a southerly rotation. You actually got Romania team all the way down by Dino Park, still making that push.
Still yet to see the circle close again. Here, as we're still on phase 1. Circle obviously quite slowly coming in from the east. We've got still quite a lot of water in the circle too. We're another 30% still in. So the next shift isn't going to be drastic. It's not going to really move anyone too far away from many compounds. It's why Villa and Mount Kresnik maybe are a little bit unoccupied right now, because they know that the circle is probably going to go over here to Krichas and just north of Villa on all these central compounds. So things are more likely going to be a little bit slow, guys, if you are watching at home.
Next circle just about to pop any second now. It's central. No one's going to have to move. Nice stuff for pretty much everybody involved. At the moment, though, Romania team with Magic, their last surviving member, right down in VR. Still out in the blue. We'll be okay if he's got a couple of meds on board. We'll be able to heal it up and survive through a little bit more. They've already managed to not be the first team to be eliminated, so I'll be happy with that. Everyone, though, is just going to have a very chilled out next phase, because nobody has to rotate here. Heroes IceX, though, they might still try to find an opening, but that's pretty much the only team. You've got Northern Lights as well, just about coming in. Actually might crash into Bit Ice.
Yeah, literally, you just don't have to move here if you're Heroes IceX. You're playing soft edge. You can get a bit of information. You're sending Selim out as a scout. You can recall him whenever. Potentially has some information on Pro. It didn't seem like Pro took any shots here. We are currently just on board with the DreamEaters squad. They did take a knock earlier, but they've got him back up again.
Okay, the Northern Lights, they've just full sent straight through the middle of this circle. All the way. They're taking fire from multiple directions. I am so surprised that no one's gone down yet. Finally, the Futbolists are able to get the first knock on them, and their rotations continue. Really, really risky. This is what I was talking about with the idea of not being able to really rotate like that. Haunting loses his vehicle. Now he's trapped out in the open. Will return a little bit of fire onto Solke. But that's about it. You lose so much power, and everybody is going to be completely, fully occupying everywhere in these circles. So rotating through as Northern Lights did is really not the best idea here. They're now split 2 and 1. Everyone has vision on them as well. They'll know where they are. It's just, in my mind, not the best rotation to make at all.
Well, I've talked about this many times as well, John. And I don't think Northern Lights make the best rotations ever. Either they rotate too late or they do this. I'm not really sure what this was. It hasn't worked, plain to see. And they're going to have such a tough time getting away from where they are because it looks like they have just dropped off in a bit of low ground by this compound. All eyes on them.
Down here.
Yeah.
By all rights, he should have gone down on that spray, but Bandita not quite able to get it in time, not quite able to pull the spray in. I think he knows he's in the bush. Yeah, there we go. It's going to land one, but actually gets clapped back just a little bit. Bandita, unlucky there. The rest of Bro will be able to call that one out and see if they can get that reverse frag, but for now, they'll just be okay. The next zone is holding it down. Lights still taking pretty heavy casualties. Northern Lights from KUMA, from Bro as well. They're just getting peppered, and it's a really poor position from them. Disc Boy going down very, very low. They're trying to make it happen. Probably will be able to confirm it. It's going to go over
From the M24.
Heroes HIceX are starting to move in as well to the central positions and vying for it.
Yeah, they're going to move in. I think they've got a lot of space to work with here, and they're just going to stop short. They don't have to move all the way in just yet. But they want to be in a position where, and this is what Northern Lights don't do enough of, is they want to be in a position where they still have opportunity to move into the circle with relative ease. You don't need to be right next to the circle and be able to literally put your little toe like over the line. You just need to be in a position where if the circle moves, you have options.
Yeah, exactly. SIMURGA, unsurprisingly, in Goroka, on the southern side of it, of course, the site of their glorious victory on the lake. So they're just going to hold up there for now. A little bit south in the zone, but they are still going to be in it. Magic as well, still out in the ocean, skirting the blue for now. Will have to make his way in just a little bit more. KUMA holding down this compound. They've got 6 kills. This is the start, as I said. This is potentially their game. If they can hold it down against Bro, and actually Haunting very, very close, but if Bro can get seen off, then KUMA will be in with a really, really solid game. Already getting 7 points confirmed. They were able to get a few more kills. Well, it's going to jet up real quick.
Yeah, this is the game they needed, like you say, John.
I love this skin, the Kaiju skin.
It is very cool. There's a one that's blue as well, but I think I do prefer the orange one. Chaos. Nice little VSS shot onto Eclipse there. I always love to see the VSS in the kill feed. Especially on PUBG Mobile, it's so easy to control the recoil when you've got it on full auto. And the thing just sounds ridiculous when you fire it off at that speed.
Yeah, absolutely. Brutal gun, great. Love it. Best gun in the game. 100%.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm 100% being sarcastic there, in case anyone did miss that. But the next zone, again, very, very central, is going to start to compress. No one has to move once again. Only really Magic from Romania team is moving on each of these circles. And no one's spotted him because he's way out in the ocean. No one's near the coastline. No one's playing in port. No one's playing in Zabava as well. The closest team to the shoreline is Pro.
He's literally just going to come port side, which is absolutely fine. You'll take it, right?
Yeah.
And now he can move down from the north with quite a bit of safety and be rather happy about it. KUMA are just fighting with Northern Lights and Bro Mobile Gaming. More with Bro Mobile Gaming with Northern Lights. Northern Lights in this fight, they're just trying to hang on for dear life.
They are distinctly not fighting. That's their goal. That's their entire game plan in this one, to try and stay hidden, become the Haunting. The circle closing pretty rapidly now. Magic, I think, will go over to the coastline, and that's going to be Haunting actually striking in onto Bandita, getting the confirm. So a point goes over to Northern Lights. Will the rest of Bro be able to capitalize on it? The spray is there.
Yeah. What are you doing, son?
Haunting goes down.
How dare you shoot from that position? Directly next to us. Go out in 15th, and 1 point for the kill, 1 point for the 11 to 16th placement. And the hordes of Bromo Gaming will just attack his body.
KUMA have left the compound. They've given it over completely to Bro. And this might actually play into their favor, depending on the next shift. But no, it doesn't. If it had gone away from them, then they might have had a nice overlook. And now, actually, they're caught out in the open.
However, he was using him as body.
That's not the greatest. Hope actually get the view on them. Leaving the compound, you know what? I'm going to take back what I said. I think I was wrong. I don't think it was the best idea at all to leave.
Yeah.
Holding against Bro probably would have been easier, considering as well that Haunting did manage to get a knock and a confirm onto Bandita. They would be playing against 3, and now they've lost a player.
It was a good position if they were only playing against Pro Mobile Gaming. And what they forgot was that there is a lot of other teams here. We are on Vikendi.
Yeah.
There are 46 alive, 14 teams in phase 4. You walk out of a compound, someone will have a telescope on you. So you'll be very careful. Parkour.
Oh, nicely up the steps there. Just about maintains it. Parkour for Carly. Will just be okay for now. Robdini, though, taking a little bit of punishment. Hope onto FROMHELL. They will be able to control just a little bit of that central circle. Real big stuff going over onto FROMHELL. They're still alive in it, but no, they do get finished on out, and they get eliminated in 14th by Hope as well.
Yeah, that was a very unsuccessful crash from Hell. They basically got to the building, and that's as far as they got.
Yeah.
The plan went further, but it ceased at step 1.
Yeah, they saw the furniture through the windows and thought, oh, that looks nice. Should we go? And then they immediately just got wiped. Unfortunate stuff for them. Hope able to hold on out. SIMURGA still in Goroka. They still can be as well. The zone hasn't shifted away from them just yet. Will we see another set of miracle shifts down south? We'll have to wait and see, but I hope not, because I don't want SIMURGA to be gifted another chicken dinner. I want them to work for it this time. As much as I'd love to see them win, you know? It has to be earned.
Got to earn your chicken dinner. You can't just be given.
I mean, you can.
You can.
But it's not quite as sweet.
Can't. Okay.
Exactly.
That's what you got to remember. KUMA right now, still hanging on with 3 players. I'm pretty happy with it. And now they are able to do what they originally wanted to do, which is keep Bro out.
Schlumpy takes a little bit of damage from a nade. Not quite as damning as the one that they yonked over earlier.
Onto Younggear. Yeah, Younggear. Younggear saw it literally in front of his eyeballs, and then he saw nothing ever again.
It was at that moment that he knew he was done for.
Oh,
no way you can get away from that.
No.
Double
Surprised
eyeball.
you got away with that either.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes it does get away from me, but sometimes
Not
I get
today.
away with it.
Not
No,
today.
Not today. The next shift goes down south.
Ah.
Oh, SIMURGA, your Vikendi luck keeps on going.
You naughty team, you.
Yeah, well, they are going to have to move a little bit, but they still have a couple of buildings to play around. MVP, they'll be okay. Next to it, Bro going to mount up and finally leave KUMA alone. 6 kills for KUMA. As we were saying before, this is potentially their game to go for it. Magic still in the zone, still in the running for the Romania team as well. The rotations will come through. Pro as well, still going. They need to push into.
This is the same guy that got into the top 3 on Sanhok on his little lonesome. Potentially we see it again here on Vikendi. It is a little bit harder to move into the circle unnoticed. So might not see the same.
Ooh.
Amigo does just finish off Mario. Mario out of the game now.
Pro really suffering here on their push. They are getting fired on from all angles. 4 teams, I think, are looking straight at them. And look at that. They're just hidden right now as much as they can.
Dear.
And in come Bro. So let's make it 5 in 1 compound. All right, okay. Who's going in? Oh, my goodness me. That is deadly coming out from Solus. And everybody's just getting rattled down, Blake. It's absolute chaos here on the northern side of the circle. Nades coming through.
Oh, no!
Oh, no, it's a team burn coming out from Pro. Oh, no, they're on fire. They're burning down.
Oh, he killed his mate.
Oh, no. He is going to hit the floor. Claw really screwed that one up. Here is IceX right next to them. Bro holding it down. Pro underneath. Just in a real bad shape. And DreamEaters are thinking, what the hell is going on over there? What have the neighbors done?
Call the fire brigade. And not because this team is heating up, but because they're quite literally on fire. Silas here moving up too. Realizes that these teams are doing more damage to themselves than he is. And he's like, well, actually, I would like to be the one to finish you guys off. Can I please do that?
Sure, why not? Bro, though, they're getting pushed in by the blue now. Do have to start to think about moving. Okay, Carly.
Please just shoot me. Here is my head.
Has found a little bit of respite from the blue. Silas, though, and the rest of Heroes IceX, oh, beg your pardon,
Yeah.
We'll just be able to see this. Yeah,
Ooh,
this
okay, there you
Molotov
go.
should be pretty solid now, moving on forwards. The burn will be in. Carly has to relocate, but we'll just get shut down. Sun HP able to pick it up, and Heroes IceX again starting to mount up 5 kills as they come out dominant over on the north side. But Pro, they're still actually alive somehow, some way. And actually, look above them. They've got Chaos in the attic. Just waiting their turn. Silas goes in, 1 knock against Heroes IceX, but the sprays are there. Nice firefight discipline. Look at Salim Ko. He tucks in. The tempo on this guy, absolutely dominant. We'll get 2 in the meantime. In and out. That's all you need. Oh, hang on a minute. A lot of knocks going in.
Chaos, I believe.
Chaos. Are they going to be able to roll on through? There's a lot of knocks. They are potentially going to be able to jump out.
no,
But no,
Hopper.
the res is there. Chaos don't capitalize. I don't think they're aware that
They are
3
coming
people-
down. Amigo's coming down.
They have moved down, but the reses are out.
Hello? Is there a team out there? And are you low?
Maybe. Maybe indeed, but it looks like they are just going to retreat back up the stairs. They do have to move relatively soon. The next circle is their Sun HP just tucks back in. 2 of them down, a third would have been disastrous. And that's going to be it coming on forward. Amigo goes out wide. A lot of the team players low, but no, they aren't going to be able to hold it down. Down goes Doc.
No,
Trying to go for the
Doc!
spray.
Oh,
Is going to
okay.
get it in the end. 1 player alive as finally Heroes IceX.
dear
They bite the
Lord.
dust, and it's the attic creepers who are going to be able to take it down at the end of the fight.
It's the same fight again, though, Johnny. It actually really irks me that because that was such an easy fight for Heroes IceX. They didn't all have to just run into the room. They had them pinned down. They could have just moved up into the circle, taken a compound there, and gatekeep them. And especially with 2 teams in that building at the same time, it becomes increasingly hard for either of those teams to leave. Morteza now, trying to tear up these teams ahead of them, and it's KUMA who's taking the beating.
Romania team still have magic in the circle, remember. They're still going. SIMURGA, they're starting to mount up now. As Heroes IceX were before them, will they be able to have a better fate? Only time will tell. Jetgill certainly won't. As they do creak on out. But Chaos finally getting eliminated on the northern side. As they will go down to 7 now. Magic still in it, right behind the DreamEaters. Will he be able to stay undetected? This guy is a whisper in the wind. He is but a myth to so many of these players.
Romanian team, they do have a dream here. It's to get this boy up to the top 5 ranking, but like I said before, he is right ahead of the DreamEaters themselves.
Futbolist taking the fight. They are still going in. SIMURGA getting punished and taken down. Beautiful stuff coming out from Futbolist, playing with their full 4 now. 6 kills. They now have the southern side of the circle. MVP out on the west, vying for it with Hope and Cream. And Magic, he's still going. He's still trekking on. He's got some snowshoes in and he's making no noise whatsoever.
He's leaving some very big footprints, though. But Futbolist, this is what I want to see from this team. They look much more on form today. After the first game, Sanhok looks much, much better in context to everything we've seen so far from them in the semi-finals.
Southern shift on the circle.
Does come down. Favors Futbolist who currently hold the high ground. And with so much low ground still left in this circle, that high ground that Futbolists are going to hang on to now is going to be ever so valuable to them.
These small repositions from Hope I actually really like. They're controlling a lot of the ground here. They're going to try and take the fight out to the northern side. The Futbolist, though, they're stopping Hope from pushing in onto the DreamEaters and actually giving DreamEaters the kill over onto Zakon. And now it's Hirosh, the solo player. Actually, no, not the solo player for Hope. There are 2 still going, potentially. No, they aren't stacked up. It was just a single player now for Hope. Left alive into the circle. DreamEaters, all 4 of them still up and available. Same for Futbolist. MVP have a way to push up this hill, but there's a lot of potential for them to do it. Yeah, Magic might get spotted out here, but I just don't think that they know he's there. He can shimmy his way in. The eastern side of the circle is completely bare. With 6 teams going in, this will drop very fast. The Futbolist taking heavy damage now from Danny. They return the knock, and they are going to try and take out Hope, who will drop now. 5 teams remain as the Futbolists are getting pushed on. MVP get the res. So will Futbolist, and time will just burn just a little bit more. 2 down for the Futbolist as well. they might struggle just a little bit further. MVP taking heavy damage, and finally it's Magic to go down.
But the dream is there. They get him to the 5th spot. That is a nice bit of placement points afforded to a player whose team left him at the very beginning of the game, John. Futbolists, they want to hold on to this hillside. They are quite heavily battered here. But they're going to continue. They just need to make sure they can hold this hill.
MVP pushing on up. They have got the Cream member as well, still to fend off. And actually,
Excellent
Zuku does so much work, going very, very low. Finally goes down, but not before he takes out another team, which means he finishes down in 3rd. Beautiful stuff.
DreamEaters are knowing they're going to be able to push this, knowing that all the knocks went down there. You see Advocate running up the hill. This could be a really big and quite easy mow down onto the Futbolists. They're so low right now, but it looks like DreamEaters have decided they don't want to go for it just yet. Instead, the nade, yeah.
It's going to get cooked on up. Advocate over the top, sends it a little bit to the right. Will get 1 knock onto Lovazin. Now they continue to go forward, 6 alive, which means that 2 are down, and they just rattle it off. Beautiful stuff. DreamEaters capitalize on the fight. Not too many kills, but they get the chicken dinner. Futbolist, that's the oomph as well. Twice now, they've oomphed out.
They held on the probably the strongest position. Unfortunately, when you are at the top, everyone's going to be looking at you. And that's exactly what happened there. MVP tried to push onto them. DreamEaters pushed onto them. Zuku was even like chiming in there. And it was the molly in the end that came over the top from the Militia team, which really put a nail in the coffin for them, because it knocked 2 players. They just res 2 players in the first place. After that, what do you really do?
You go down.
Yeah.
That's what you do. It is unfortunate, but still, Futbolist with a good game. They're coming in 2nd and having a great one. KUMA, they had a decent shout moving on forwards. They got a decent kill count, so they will get a few points, but not quite enough to dig them out of the ditch they're in at the moment towards the bottom of the leaderboards. We'll be seeing that one soon. I love that nade from Solus. I think that was a really, really solid nade.
I like this as well.
I do not like that nade from Claw. It's unfortunate. He actually downed his teammate.
I've made a mistake, guys.
And then the Heroes IceX push from Selim was just a bit bold. They hadn't cleared out the team, and Selim was going for the confirms on the kills, which I thought was a bit risky. And then they all got downed with a nade, and Chaos were a little bit slow, I have to say. But in the end, it was okay. Only 1 res had come through.
Futbolists here, taking fights onto quite a few teams. We saw before. Look, they have the firepower. And this is the thing. And towards the end here, they were just battered and bruised by so many different teams. Like I said, they knocked the same 2 players like twice over. Yeah. And that really eliminates a lot of the momentum that you have on the high ground. And you want to be basically holding teams back as long as possible, like the dam at the top of the hill. Yeah. This wasn't meant to be. Essentially, 3 teams worked together to remove them, and DreamEaters ended up taking the podium finish. Yeah,
they all did pretty well there, to be honest, in that final circle. A lot of chaos, and actually I think that was a game of slightly poorer firefights than we're used to here in Europe. And I think that, I'm not too sure why that would have happened, but I'm pretty sure that, there is going to be something that might have changed up. So hopefully they'll be able to pull it together into the final game today, because I think I've come to expect better in terms of those firefights in Europe. There were times where it was just super chaotic, and it felt like we were going back all the way to the start of group stages.
Yeah, it feels like very clumsy. I think would be the best word that I'd use to describe it here. It, like you say, John, does not feel like the regular EU. There are still some teams who are impressing. Here's IceX, got a nasty aim on them. Matic on Hope, actually, is ridiculously good at long range, because oftentimes you'll see 2 teams clashing, and you'll see one player go down, he's like, oh, who on the other team took him out? And you'll see it in the kill feed, it's Matic, and he's about like 300, 400 meters away. It's ridiculous. So I love that from Team Hope. They are just crippling teams as they're trying to make their way over to them. Yeah,
they're doing a lot of work and getting results as well. It's good to see. Of course, they are one of the strongest teams at the moment in terms of their averages. They were sat, I believe, 17 points behind Unique. Of course, we had 2 more games. We'll have to wait and see just where they're going to sit at the end of this after the stores do come up, and we'll take a look at that right now. In fact, as we are going to take a look over here, huge numbers being posted by both DreamEaters and Futbolist.
DreamEaters there with 26 points, and FUTBOLIST not far behind whatsoever with 23. Team Hope though, 8 kills, only 6 placement points, but still making it up to fair with 14.
Everyone in the space should be happy. Good averages, as we say. You want to be around the 9 to 10 point mark on a game, and that's where you want to stay. KUMA though, even though they are around that mark at the moment, they are severely lacking on pretty much all their other games. So they do really need a big win to try and bolster their scores. They've got quite a few games left to go though. They still have 9 games left to play in this semi-final. So they do have time. They do have time to pull it together. And so does everyone else. SIMURGA down in 11th. They're going to be fine with that. We said before, they've done enough pretty much already to see themselves to a really strong average, certainly on their first set of outings. And now they're just being consistent through today and having a good outing. So they can continue to have strength.
Even if it sends them to that second page, really at this point, it's going to be very hard to drag them down too much into the depths. Kaos there with 9 points. Evil Esports coming in with just the 1, and FROMHELL flip-flopping here from a chicken dinner to 15th place.
Oof, fortunate for them. Really, really tricky stuff coming out. And of course, Evil Esports and Pro regulars now, unfortunately, down the lower end of there. Team Hope, you can see now 3 points behind Unique. 127 is the score to beat. All they need to do is get 2 kills in a game and they're guaranteed to at least draw even and actually overtake. Of course, the tiebreaker is kill points. And look at this, Team Hope 64 kills. A lot of work.
Yeah.
SIMURGA not too far behind actually, and actually as well within striking distance of Unique.
Next, not really been posting up to anything like yesterday, so only with the 99 points still. DreamEaters there with 84 coming up the rankings. FROMHELL does go down, and then everyone else is on our second page and third page here.
Yeah, FROMHELL I think is probably still going to be okay. Even with that finish there, they should be just fine. 73, 72, 71. Very, very close in 9 through 11, the FUTBOLIST. They are making their way up the tables very, very slowly. And they've surpassed that 10-point average that we keep on banging on about.
Yeah, I think the Heroes IceX, though, need to pick up a little bit. I think that if they want to make it all the way to the end there, this is a team that I actually see a lot of potential in. This is the thing about it. And this is why I say they need to pick it up in ninth spot. Because they have that potential to hit that #1 spot. But they keep really good game here, or the next 8 games are going to be so high pressure for them, especially those last 2 games, trying to make that way into the semi-finals, because we have to think of it this way, they're just, the more they underperform here at the beginning of the semi-finals, the harder they make it for themselves as we go through.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it is going to be very tricky for them to kind of step up and go for those chicken dinners, which is really what they need at the end of the day. Well, will they be able to do it? 1 game left today for them to try it. They've still got plenty more of the semi-finals left to go. We're about to be halfway through. Of course, after the break, we'll have that halfway game over on Erangel. Make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
Just playing and waiting and biting his tongue, waiting for the right opportunity to pounce onto Xiaoxi, but Xiaoxi is still, again, he has the elevation, he's right on top, and Sibu doesn't have helmet, as AJ just said, so he might be in trouble, but Xiaoxi actually falls down all the way, and he actually dies. What the heck just happened there? And Sibu but he's all alone here as Sergio already got dropped. So CTL's
Surprise!
left with one player. The
And that's a great
flying
grenade!
in. Holy smokes! Yeah, totally
Yeah.
slow pace. They've dropped gears a little bit, but of course the thing is, yeah, we saw Group A battle Group B and then Group C battle Group D, but we didn't see Group A battle Group C just yet. So I think Group A and Group C.
He could have stayed ahead of the blue.
Why are you healing?
He's trying to out-heal. To be fair, at this current rate, he will be fine. He's banking on Unique taking down DreamEaters before the next phase pops, because after that, he will not be able to out-heal.
There is a secure position behind this hillside, though.
I know.
There's really no reason for this. I think this is a very big mistake from Mysterio and Myth. And you won't be able to out-heal the next. He's got a couple, but that's him out. Yeah. Really big whiff there from Mysterio and Myth. I think they could have absolutely come on the backside of DreamEaters.
Ooh, out comes Frost. He's able to get it, but he needs to mount up. He needs to try and heal. Heal.
No.
He popped the wrong heal. He is going to go down, and now it's just Mortal trying to hold it.
To drop him, a couple of players left. It's
Oh,
actually
he doesn't know.
Nagasaki. Yeah, Nagasaki is there.
It's a hide and seek game right now. Like everybody, like, where is that guy? Like he's like, I'm chilling. Like everything's good. Like,
Yeah, it's all good in the hood as Euphoria is all alone. Nagasaki is their player, but he has been found.
they're not finding
that.
that.
No, they don't know where he's at. Okay, they found
finally.
him. Finally, they found him. So it will be IF.
Just see someone go down, and then all of a sudden, everyone stops shooting. I think it's a really
Strong position somehow managed to slip themselves into Monument.
I don't know
up here.
what happened to back-to-back there. They just faced off against 3 teams, or separately, they get wiped.
Yeah.
Pure horsepower careening them into all sorts of situations. KUMA though, they spot out the Formula Atari. Kind of God still in the pickup truck, will get picked up himself. Right away, so they will be pretty pleased with that. Mysterio and Myth now on the southwestern side, right on the edge. Ooh, the tiniest of slivers of angles there for ready and waiting with open arms. It's Unique. Oh boy. Peeks up the top. Yasha there to back him up, and they are just getting shredded down as soon as they run forward.
It's just
Next,
hard.
make it to second, but it's Unique to regain dominance, and they will take the chicken dinner on Sanhok. Hello and welcome back to the EU semi-finals of the PMCO 2019 full split. My name is John Allen. With me, Blank. We will be bringing you the last game of the day. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are okay. You're going a little bit insane.
Blank.
Okay. Insane in the membrane. Yeah, you're Blank.
Yeah, I'm Blank.
That's what
How you guys doing?
That's his name. But if you want to be playing a little bit of PUBG Mobile, you can go ahead and do that with NEX, which will bring you a more immersive, more powerful, and more outstanding performance.
It will.
It'll bring you those glorious chicken dinners as well. And if you want to check out some glorious chicken dinners that we've had so far in the tournament, you can head over to the YouTube channel PUBG Mobile Esports. You can see down below, and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, like all the videos, go out and tell your friends, tell your gran. She's very interested. I was actually speaking,
She actually already knows.
I was actually speaking to your gran the other day.
Yeah, she subscribed.
And she was like, yeah, I really like Unique, but I think that sometimes their rotations can be a bit weak.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you think your rotations could be a little bit better, of course, you can be downloading PUBG Mobile for yourself if you head over to the Google
Also
Play
that.
Store and the iOS App Store as well if you're using one of those devices. But we are going to be getting underway with the final game of the day here in the semi-finals. We have one more left to play. It's Erangel.
It is Erangel. So the El Clasico map. It's a map where we see a lot of these teams perform the best on. They know exactly what they're doing here. They have the rotations down to pat. Maybe not Northern Lights. Northern Lights still unimpressive rotations so far.
All right. You heard it here first.
Actually, they didn't. They heard it probably first about literally 6 days ago.
Yeah, okay, a few times, certainly. Yeah, Northern Lights, you need to impress us. We'll see if you're able to do so over on Erangel. Of course, it is map number 4 of the day, map number 8 for all of these teams being played total. There will be 16 played, so we are going to mark the halfway point at the end of this game. And we'll be able to get a great representative look at the scoreboards as well, because that's where everybody's going to be on a level playing field, right? Everyone will have played the same.
Yeah.
They'll have the same opportunity to get those points on board, and we'll be able to get the lay of the land and who's at risk and who's going to be a little bit better suited to try and escape that red zone to get out of the elimination set.
Currently, to be fair, Team Unique are on set to get this same exact amount of points that they got in the group stages. Obviously, in the group stage at the end of the semi-finals, but in the group stage, you only had 12 games to play. So you'd expect that they would slow down a little bit here, and 160 points would be their average coming in, if it's anything from the group stage to look at. We are now getting to match number 4, John.
Wow.
This is a very southern playing path so far. Coming all the way down from Primorsk up into the Pubg, past Sosnovka military base there, and most teams will be really on the south side of this circle, which means that the northern side can be relatively clear, meaning that any rotations through Georgia Paul, Shooting Range, Severny, Stalba down through Yasnaya are going to be nice and easy to make. We saw this basically on the first circle of the day. If you were with us, you're the real ones, you know what was up. We had the island finish there. And teams were going over the top and having relative safety.
SIMURGA dropping out early. Looks like they're going to go right over to Primorsk. Right at the start. Nice stuff from them. Not really going to challenge them either. Evil, they started Sosnovka before, so they will be happy to go there once more. This time around, they have no one to compete with yet again. Maybe a couple of teams heading over to Novo. I think the DreamEaters will be on the island as well. So that eastern rotation, if the circle drops that way, might be a little bit harder. And I said this before the other day, Blank, but in general, in Europe, the eastern bridge is a lot more hotly contested. If you can make it over that western bridge, there's a few less compounds and less areas where you need to worry about immediately, which can allow you to fan out just that little bit more rather than moving through the choke that exists around that eastern funnel head. But,
ouch.
There we go. That's going to make that eastern funnel head dangerous. The western bridge probably a prime rotation location for Evil.
Prime location rotation.
That sounds like a reality TV show.
Prime location
Prime
rotation. Prime rotation location.
There you go.
There we go. Yes, that could be a TV show. There was a very uncreative TV show. Location, location, location. What are they talking about? We want prime rotation location.
Well, it's certainly no holiday here on Erangel for Hope, as Chaos are going to try and rattle Matic down, but the Iron Sight's not quite there. Matic, as you were saying before, one of the stronger players for Hope, as they do mount up.
Yeah.
They're trying to move away, and actually they're going to be running into pretty much everybody else, of course, with the plane path going right along their direction of travel. They're going to be surrounded by teams constantly for the next three stages of that rotation.
They are literally getting very intimate with the coast here, practically hugging it as they make their way over past Pachinki towards farm. Anyone who dropped over on Milta Power can be very happy, and that is Cream Esports. They did that for the first game too. Seems that's like their dropping spot for the time being. Remember, it gives them cover on the eastern side because they are literally against the water, meaning that pushing out there onto the hillsides that are just outside Milta, it's very easy. And also you can use it to hide in Milta proper, which is pretty good. But so far, pretty much most teams are in the circle. Northern Lights, once again, living up to the namesake. Go north.
Yeah. Just heading over to Severny. Fair enough. Grab some vehicles, get out there. Get it done. Over in Yasnaya, Heroes IceX are going to be on the southern side, vying against Pro, who are out in the fields, left pretty high and dry. Northern Lights getting peppered as well. They've already lost one in Haunting, and it looks like they've lost a second as well, potentially. Or maybe just a knock. Moving on forwards.
Yeah.
Nice stuff coming out.
I think they just lost.
I think
They lost your boy. Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, Haunting is going to fall out.
Yeah, he's done.
That
Another player did actually go down as well, though, John. Not sure who that was. Are you furiously scouring the map to find the other player who died?
I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I'll be honest.
This is like trying to find Waldo, okay?
Yeah. Is it Waldo or is it Wally? No, there's the thing.
It's Waldo. I believe it's different for Americans, though.
Yeah, no, I think it's Wally for UK and Waldo for America.
Wait, what?
I think that's how it is. Anyway, MVP running themselves over. That's not the greatest start.
Good job.
It was a single clap.
One clap. That's all you need. You get a clap per person run over.
On your own team.
Yeah.
The circle, though, moving east does encompass a lot of the military base. They might want to leave it, though. They'll probably wait for the next circle to decide whether or not to fully leave and commit to a location. But that, again, in turn, might mean that they have a weaker position on the mainland should they need to head over there. But if the circle shifts south and encompasses that eastern bridge, it becomes all the more dangerous to try and cross. And maybe they'll try and go for a boat somewhere around the south and try and hold it down, or see what options they have available to them.
Pro, very close to Heroes IceX in Yasnaya. This is definitely a city where if you can take high ground early, get on top of the buildings, control one area, it's very difficult for another team to actually take you down. So Heroes IceX just trying to set themselves up early with Solus up on the top side, and that smoke will very much give them away. Silas trying to just loot up here, get as much as possible on board.
Has got quite a bit, so...
Pro just leave.
Yeah, I mean, only half of them do, though. They might just be trying to rotate and meet up with each other and see what more they can get. KUMA, this time around they're in Milta, so they won't be clashing with Evil like they trying to do pretty much every other game. Hope are pretty split, actually, between FROMHELL and Bro as well. Just on the other side. Do love a bit of Alan Walker. I have to say, that was the best addition to PUBG Mobile, was the radio being in the car. Because you're making noise anyway when the engine's on.
Yeah. It's kind of cute, really, that this team's called KUMA, and I think pretty much everyone on the team has the bear on the vehicle. KUMA are actually Japanese for bear. So
I did not know that.
Cute little tidbit for you guys at home.
Well, there's a couple of tidbits for Mackie. Unfortunately, they're in the form of quite a few bullets being sent his way. Will go down. Morteza claims it. SIMURGA trying to push out of Primorsk now. Of course, they did drop very, very early. They will be pretty looted, but Panda actually pretty low on meds there. We'll flip over the three-wheeler and get back on the horse. FROMHELL now trying to roll onto Horosh. The smoke is out from the rest of his team, and Hope try to rescue what they can. But FROMHELL, they mount up. They have got a decent overwatch here.
Yeah,
They're
Horosh.
split out. Look at that on the minimap.
Yeah, Horosh may be unreclaimable at this point. They might just leave him. I don't know how much value they put in him.
Ooh.
They should not have put that much value in, that's for sure.
Taking heavy damage. Zakon on the flank there. Thompson still just not quite able to land the spray. It was just a sliver there. And now they can roll onto Kingsman. Zakon trying to get away. His rotation path will take him straight into KUMA and FUTBOLIST as well, so might really struggle. That's all of the Hope players in this compound. Will be confirmed by FROMHELL.
Yeah, I think that FROMHELL, once they get an advantage, they're very good at pushing that advantage into their favor. Thompson is one hell of a fragger on the team as well.
Yeah, there's footballers picking up Zakon. That's Hope eliminated.
Yikes. 15th.
16.
16th, sorry. Yeah, of course. Brain's gone a bit doolally at this point.
Big fan of the word doolally.
I like doolally a lot. I use it quite often. I do try and keep out our broadcast as much as possible. Because it's very ununderstandable.
It's a bit of a doolally word, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It sounds like how it means.
Yeah.
I think I could say, I feel a bit doolally, and everyone at home would know.
Maybe.
He's gone mental.
I mean,
He's gone wrong.
they'd be aware of that anyway. So I feel like that's a presupposition moving into the phrase. But Chaos, they went up to South George. They're now rotating away. We'll be on the northern side towards Rozhok, competing with MVP for that sort of area, that sort of ground. Pro still clashing a little bit with HIceX. They don't need to move too soon. The circle will not pressure them out just yet. Football is picking up the loot from one of the Hope players who did rotate that way.
Tasty.
Evil moved over to the eastern side of the military island, and now they're going to be fighting off against the DreamEaters. And if they opt to go for it, they might try and push across the bridge. No one quite on the opposite side just yet, so they have an opportunity, but the fight is still raging on.
DreamEaters is currently pretty much on top of Evil, and Headache takes a bullet for his troubles. It's going to be a little bit difficult leaving this.
Yeah. You're going to need a little bit more than aspirin to solve that one.
I think that the time has now passed. Maybe the time has passed to make the rotation on the left side, on that west side. I think you have to go over the east side bridge now. The longer these teams wait, the just easier it becomes to hold down this area, because the circle's not moving away from this area anytime soon.
No.
And neither is FROMHELL or Futbolist.
No.
So whoever comes over the bridge, best be ready to bring an umbrella, because they are going to take a hail of bullets.
Try and make it bulletproof. Make it out of carbon steel or something similar.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that would do it? Try some lead maybe. Ceramics, but those shatter pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
A Kevlar umbrella.
Kevlar umbrella actually might
like
even...
the one in Kingsman.
Yeah, it might even work though. Like, actually...
I don't think it would. Just the impact on the spurs are the things that take the force, right, on an umbrella. If you shoot it, those are the things that are going to go
Just
first,
make
right?
Kevlar spurs. Forehead.
That's not... Okay, well, that's not how material science works, but sure. Let's go with that. The circle now moving a little bit further south means that people will be grouping up around the mouth of this bridge, and as you say, the longer this fight goes on, the harder this rotation is. They do want to make it as fast as possible. See what they can get done. Cream managed to make it past Bit Ice on the eastern flank over on the mainland from Mills Tower to a little bit more towards Shelter and towards Prison.
Yeah, a lot of high ground around that area, so they'll be feeling pretty safe for the time being. Toffee's trying to shoot down to Sir. Eclipse is on the floor, and Evil are making the big crash here. Vaneska ready to turn off the lights on DreamEaters.
Just Toffee's left alive. The Molotov there will burn himself a little bit, but he's going to be okay. Giving himself some time to get up on the roof here. And then he's going to get spotted out and has to drop over the edge. Takes a lot of damage, and now he's on a sliver. 5 first aid kits, however. And the level 3s abound, but in comes Asura. They should put him out. Okay. All right. He managed to get the first aid off, but he gets the knock. But all right, okay.
Oh, Harry Potter from underneath the stairs.
That's what you get for not checking your angles. A lot of fighting going over on the mainland as well, as HIceX have crashed straight into the middle of everyone. So have Pro as well. They followed straight on in.
Yeah, everyone saying hello to each other, paying a visit. Futbolist currently just holding this high ground on the roof. Very strong position. Lots of angles when you're on the roof too. And FROMHELL, they just want to hold on to this position for as long as possible. It has such strong angles.
Yeah, the fight from Yasnaya follows Pro all the way down south now. They do still feel the pain from the HIceX. There's the frostbite coming on in, and Claw goes down as well. Bobby trying to get that off angle. It's only him and Hopper, and they are really split apart from each other. That nade will give the game away a little bit. Will it hit? Will it get damage? Yes, it will. Sun HP falls.
I've not seen this outfit yet.
All right.
The palm tree. That's what I'm most interested in right now.
Yeah.
But here's HIceX the edge on. Extremely well played. They follow Pro down. They know Pro's on the retreat. And they bring the fight to them. I mean, it's been a bit slow, but that's how pneumonia happens. It is the slow killer, and that is exactly what Heroes HIceX are as well. They've followed them like a plague.
Yeah, the feathers around the mantle for Hopper is...
It's a look.
It is a look. I'm a fan, though. I think he pulls it off. I think he can make it.
Yeah.
Evil still yet to cross the bridge. They might do so relatively soon. FROMHELL might have something to say about it, but they might be preoccupied with actually the crash moving in. You can see them just on the south side of the minimap there. To the south of Milton. Milton, a very dangerous location to be in at the moment.
Ooh, circle shifts easterly.
Wow.
Goes over to Milton. Cream be like, can we please have our spot back in Milton? That would be grand.
Please, Mr. BitIce, can we please have our spot? And they are going to move out, and it looks like BitIce are going to just have to give it to them. They aren't quite wide enough.
Yes.
As strong as they are, don't think they're able to freeze on them for the Cream. But Cream actually might look to take on BitIce in the center of the circle. Futbolist as well. KUMA on the south. The cross did come from Evil. They have made their way across the bridge unscathed, but Bro now will have their number. Rotations coming in from pretty much everyone.
Yeah, Thompson actually opts to jump out of the vehicle. Kazuma and the rest of the gang rushing in.
Everybody.
Hello.
I think that's a full squad there. Heroes HIceX a little bit closer. The nades might be there to try and...
The smart move to be leave here now, yeah.
Yeah, I think they just want to send away. You can see Robdini has the position there on the hillside.
You deal with that.
Mount up. Yeah.
Yeah, you deal with what we just witnessed come over the hill. It's a monster. And we're just going to leave.
Is it a monster?
It's a monster.
Okay, it's a monster. Okay. Fair enough. KUMA on the south side.
I forgot the second lyric. I'm so sorry.
Is it a monster? Is it a monster? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just the same line
Yeah.
twice. Kaos take one knock. They do get it confirmed by the Northern Lights, who are still on the north side of the circle, just south of Lipovka. Romania team just above them, though. So maybe looking to play spoiler there. MVP on the other side.
Northern Lights Nick has eyes on Kaos down below. I'm not sure how long he wants to stick around here. Right now, Northern Lights very split up. And Romania team looking to take a position just over yonder. Might be able to get eyes on them in a little bit. FROMHELL go completely to the coast. I'm fairly okay with that. They can play soft edge there and rotate around the coast rather easily and then move back into a position that they have already covered, they've already scouted. So they have all the information they need to make the next few rotations should they need them.
The bushes now coming in. No one really breaking out east towards Milton Power. A lot of open ground there. And the northern shift comes through pretty heavy, actually. All of those teams on the south have a really tricky spot now into this next circle.
Yeah, that's really not the circle shift that FROMHELL were looking for. They were probably hoping for something that would go off to the west or the east. North is really difficult. It still does give them the option to rotate anti-clockwise past Milton Power, which is currently just completely barren and devoid of players. KUMA are looking to do the exact same thing and actually get the rotate on a little faster than FROMHELL. But I'm looking at this western side of here, John. Bro Mobile Gaming, Romania team, Pro, and MVP, all about to clash alongside with SMG2.
This is a huge fight, potentially about to kick off now. SIMURGA still all four up and standing. Romania team split around. Bro have found one pretty close to them. They are just waiting in the wings now. They're biding their time. MVP up to the north have a dominant force as well. But there goes Pace. Will be run over by Bro as they make their way into the circle. Potentially clashing with MVP as well on the gunfire. They will know that that's coming. Futbolist send on by, Evil send on by two, and everyone's trying to make their way up towards the north potentially. A lot of nice hillsides there to try and play around. But
Yeah.
the lumberyard here proving really tricky to hold down. MVP going in. Oh, that's a blow up coming through. Bro having a real difficult push, and Pro get eliminated out in 14th. Again, underwhelming performance from this team.
It's not what you're looking for as well. On the side of these hills, John, they are very steep. You pretty much just have to maintain control.
Oh my god, Ghazi just found three and himself with a nade. I do not know what just happened there over on the northeastern side of the circle.
Just ran in with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And KUMA just going to rattle it down. Fantastic stuff against...
He was playing hot
FROMHELL.
potato, but forgot to throw the potato. Instead, he just ran up to them instead and threw himself, which is fine. And now he goes down.
Yeah, they are going to fall a little bit low. At the moment, though, SIMURGA still holding it down. MVP still holding it down. Romania team have their opening as well. Here is IceX now on the southwest.
FROMHELL, KUMA still fighting off on that east side, John. It'd be a really good position to take because it would mean they're able to slot themselves in safely through that western side. So both teams taking it very slow here. Notice the fight is pretty important to one another. And they don't have to make a huge swing as of yet. No one wants to go down into the middle of the circle, though. It's where the roads are. It's where the mega low ground is. As I said before, there's so much high ground here that needs to be contested, needs to be controlled by these teams. So a lot of this area in the circle is actually fairly blocked off. It's what most teams will want to avoid.
It's a tricky circle, one that a lot of teams won't be familiar with. It's quite a hard shift actually down to this bay area, the inlet just north of Milta Power. Romania team and SIMURGA sharing a compound for now, but I don't think the neighborhood watch is on great terms with them.
No.
I don't think they'll be too happy with armed assailants.
Yeah,
in the neighborhood.
that tends to be a thing that does get reported fairly quickly. Here is IceX now. Taking a couple of shots.
Look at the shift.
That,
Really
oh my lord. Kaos, FUTBOLIST, and Northern Lights going to be well proud of themselves. Proper chuffed up on that side.
There we go. Bandita is going to lead the charge for Bro to be really far north on this circle. Here is IceX taking punishment from Motvik. Going to get knocked as well. A tricky spot for them. BitIce playing with 3 players only, it seems, into this game. So congratulations to have done so well into this circle, I suppose. They are right on the southern side, so they do have a long rotation to go in. Now the crashes are starting to come through. FUTBOLIST right in the center of the circle. They're with a decent spot because they don't have that many angles to worry about. They know that Kaos is there. They know that Northern Lights are there. And that shuts down a lot of angles of approach for so many teams. And Kaos can't really push up. Neither can Northern Lights, but they're jammed together in a fight. SIMURGA, they're starting to push on up into Romania team. 1 is down, 3 of them are up. And Romania team really struggling here, will get eliminated. SIMURGA demonstrating strength, 5 kills for them.
Good job to SMG. Looking to stay on that top of the rankings here. They want to swing all the way up to the top. Absolutely fine. I'm good with it. SMG just need to keep putting on a good show. Bandita lashes out, but in return takes a good old lashing back.
BitIce as well, taking heavy punishment as they try and crash onto the cliffside. The Northern Lights, they're still in their defilade. They have a little bit of strength. As everyone on the east starts to get shut out. FROMHELL really struggling as KUMA zoned them away. There's really little cover moving through here, Blank. It's so difficult to make these rotations. Out in the southwest, SIMURGA lose a player as well. As here is IceX try to fight through Cream. They're doing a pretty good job of it, though, as they've already managed to take 1 down. Zuku is downed as well. Alpha trying to bust on out. Silas takes the fight. The rest of the team up the top of the hill, looking to try and push on through. The zone is closing, and with it, the Jaws of Death on plenty of these squads.
Yeah, here is IceX. Looking to move down onto Cream right now. It's just Last, who is the last player remaining, and here is IceX. They have their ice cream in hand.
Oh dear. Schlumpy just knocks the head off it. They're left with just the wafer, unfortunately.
Maybe well upset with that, yeah.
Oh yeah, dead upset. Really unhappy. FUTBOLIST though, right in the center of the circle. And they're going to be able to knock Danny around his vehicle as well. Not really able to find any cover, just trying to shimmy out wide. And actually, SIMURGA are able to pick that one up. They steal it away. Cheeky little pinches going on. But the next circle again, zoned straight to FUTBOLIST on the roadside. They can continue to hold around their location. Nice turn up for them. 8 teams still remain now. Northern Lights just behind FUTBOLIST, still in the zone. MVP with Militia still going. And Bro under a lot of pressure from SIMURGA.
Kaos continuing to hold on the coastal side here. Just a bit of fishing for them, but it looks like all they've caught It's a couple of teams coming over towards them. Jetgill over here from SMG. Anashi is just desperately to find the shot. Finally does. That is 1 point.
Oh dear. SIMURGA left with just Panda up. Certainly an endangered species right now. FUTBOLIST looking pretty happy. Kaos can't push up really too well here. They have one way up, and you can see it's covered in destroyed vehicles, and KUMA will be guarding it as well. Northern Lights probably the only team that could dismount FUTBOLIST at this stage in a full force assault, and here is IceX actually looking to try and crash. KUMA might have something to say about it.
Yeah.
They are going to go for the fight.
A lot of flat ground here. SMG have to move down off this hillside, but they want to gain as much of an advantage as possible whilst they are up here. Scout out teams, take shots, cripple a couple before moving down. But look, everyone has eyes on. This is the problem that they face.
Panda gets behind a tree, gets into some cover from the Northern Lights. The smokes are blooming. Morteza has to make the push as well. Northern Lights a little bit at risk at getting picked, potentially from someone like Militia, but in goes the buggy from Morteza. I really like this. It's sent them on down and actually caused a little bit of a distraction, allowing Panda to follow up nicely. FUTBOLIST, they can't leave this location. They've got Heroes IceX to worry about. They've got the Northern Lights to worry about, and MVP as well. Still have their shouting. Down on the eastern side, though, all of these teams just waiting to get eliminated. Heroes IceX at the top of the cliff. A little bit further down, it's KUMA. Even further down than that, it's Kaos. And KUMA, the first to feel the pain.
Trying to put the Bears on ice right now. This boy still looking to take shots, take some of the kills away from Heroes IceX. A point apiece is nothing to be scoffed at, but this boy gets absolutely dismantled by Sushi. But there's Mizaki. You do not expect him there, do you?
Well, Sushi turned the corner. Unfortunately, won't be able to stop his teammate getting confirmed. Zana going to be dropped out in the blue. Silas with the underarm looks to try and zone it away, but he's not there, unfortunately. Zana is going to get confirmed as well. 7 teams now remain. We're in phase 6, about to be phase 7. There's just so many teams, and SIMURGA still, they're holding out just for now. Heroes IceX, 5 kills, but they have a hard shift away from them.
Yeah.
The FUTBOLISTs still in these crates. Just a single nade onto their position, though, and it's all lights out for them.
But the thing is, people have to get close to them first, right? And with such open ground around them, they have eyes on practically everyone. They can see Heroes IceX trying to make a move as well. And Doc, just beneath them, just wants to stay down there as long as possible. And Northern Lights on the east side, but no one can make the approach. There's so much good cover provided by both the broken vehicles and the crates around FUTBOLIST. Wonderful job from them. Sushi takes up the position that Mizaki was holding before. He's like, this was actually a pretty good spot.
It's just Panda left alive now for SIMURGA. FUTBOLIST really, as you said, just completely dominant in this zone. It's such a good spot for them. Someone needs to try and come in and rattle them down, but Panda takes a lot of damage. Northern Lights trying to open it up as well. Heroes IceX trying to find the shout in, and it's Panda to fall. SIMURGA out in 7th.
Yeah, really good restraint there from FUTBOLIST, actually. They could have gone out and got the flank and killed Panda, but instead, they'll let Heroes IceX take the kill and opt to remain hold of all 4 players. This is really, really smart from FUTBOLIST. They know that if they want to make it all the way to the end here with every single player looking at them, they definitely need all 4 players alive, John.
Northern Lights now getting pushed on by Heroes IceX. They're looking to move along that coastline and still hold around the rocks. 5 teams now. Heroes IceX probably the main contenders to try and dethrone FUTBOLIST, but even so, it's going to be very, very hard. No one quite able to get rid of it, but again, I just haven't seen any nades go FUTBOLIST way. They can hit that. I mean, Heroes IceX, they can absolutely reach that with those nades, but instead they're opting to send them over towards Northern Lights.
I think it is a little far, John, to be honest, for those nades.
Give it a go.
Give it a go.
Give it a go. Over the top, though, it's Tyrannic to spot it out. Unfortunate for them. They will be able to get the res. There is a crate there as well, so someone might be lucky and be able to pick that one up, but in the meantime, it's going to be very, very tricky. The zone is going to push. Sushi, you can see him there, just underneath the cliff face, and Heroes IceX take a second knock. It's unfortunate for them. The FUTBOLIST, though, they take their first penalty, and that is going to be from Disc Boy with the scar from Northern Lights. They're now a little bit on the ropes potentially, but they've taken a little bit of damage. They are looking to maybe be a little bit low on meds actually, because they haven't healed up.
No, they have not. Sun HP looks to be pretty fine, but it's Northern Lights are pretty desperate now when it comes to medication.
We're in phase 8 and there's 5 teams remaining. That is insane. There is so many teams, and as well, right down the hill, I believe you have Sushi just still going, still trucking along. Might actually be able to sneak into the next circle as well down the hill. Look at him go. He's just down there. Northern Lights duking it out with HIceX. You've got Militia just crawling it in, sneaking about. Really 3 teams with power moving forwards. HIceX get a knock. There's a nice smoke actually against the Futbolist. Do now have to break cover just a little bit. They have to move away. 1 knock goes over onto HIceX. A second as well is sent their way. And this is looking really poor for them right now. They have to get the res. It's such a fast tick down on Sun HP, but there's the nades going over to Northern Lights. Look how low they are. One of them's knocked, but they are on a sliver of HP. Sushi trying to stay as close to that cliff face as he can.
He's
He is going to be outside. Will not be able to heal up. He will go down relatively soon. Of course, Militia went down earlier on. The Futbolist now pushing out the Northern Lights, taking heavy punishment. But they're down 2 players. They're down to very low HP as well. And HIceX, all of a sudden, have a little bit of an advantage. Send a nade their way, and it might just do the trick. The spray might be enough as well, but over on the eastern side, you have the Northern Lights as well, still contending for it. Soul K goes low, but he will get the knock. Just a Kiff left now on that coastline, going for the res. We'll be able to pick up a teammate, but no, the Futbolist go out wide, try and go for it. But Love's in. Lover's in, able to get it. The res now again for HIceX. Being pushed potentially by the blue, but they still have the Northern Lights.
They could just barely see him.
Not to worry about anymore. There's the third-person information, and the Futbolists get dismounted. HIceX claim the chicken dinner. From the cliff faces, they will strike on out. The Futbolists finally having to leave their location, and that was their death sentence.
Really well played, HIceX, to hold out for so long, knowing that they were literally clinging to a thread there on the cliffside. They hold off Northern Lights, they hold off Futbolists who were arguably in a castle of a position, and they make their way on through.
Check out some of the highlights from this game. A very southerly plane and actually heading pretty much directly to the final circle. You can see there the plane passing pretty much directly over it to the Easter Prison, just in that inlet between the Pubg and Milta Power. Nice couple of rotations coming through from some of these players, some of these teams as well. Unfortunate for some. Pro going down very early once more. I'm pretty sure they're guaranteed to be eliminated at this stage. I mean, even though it's so early on, they just have not shown any sign of being able to pick it up. No rotational strength, no fight strength either, and it's really unfortunate to see that sort of thing go on. KUMA making their way quite late into the circle as well. Yeah. They will be able to place 4th and get 9 points. I think it's 8 points on the board for 4th, just for that placement, and they did manage to get 4 kills as well.
I think they actually hit 3rd because Northern Lights, oh no, 4th here, yeah. Making it the way through. Yeah. 8 points on board with the 4 on top, so 12 total. Not a bad score for them. They're hitting the average. They just need to keep doing that. Sushi was made into sashimi down the bottom as the circle basically chopped him in half there, and there was no way he was getting up the hillside. But yeah, HIceX really well played to them. That's what I want to see from them. But again, that oomph coming through from Futbolists, it's what I wanted to see before, and now I'm seeing it again.
They are really putting in the work, and today they've had a great showing. SIMURGA as well, still very consistent there. They managed to get 7th place, but they managed to pick up 10 kills total, which means that they are going to be, again, happy with their performance, moving on forward, keeping that average, maintaining hope. Actually, speaking of hope, they were a little bit further down. They didn't have the greatest of luck there.
Did a really bad start, essentially. Yeah. They got kind of torn apart a little bit, and then tried to pick up the pieces, and the pieces were basically covered in butter, and there was just no way you're picking that one up. It was slipping right out of your hands.
That was an interesting metaphor, I have to say.
It was very quick.
Was it?
It was very sudden.
Yeah.
I hit you with maybe a bit too much of a metaphor.
Buttery pieces coming.
Buttery pieces.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Well, whatever. I mean, whatever you want to go for, fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Just a couple of buttery pieces and a couple of buttery plays coming out from HIceX, making their rotation onto the cliff face.
So smooth.
It's silk, and they made their dominance on the cliff side. What I was expecting to happen was the Futbolists would get pushed on, What happened instead was the zone went away from them. So it was a little bit of circle luck for actually HIceX to be able to claim that one in the end. If it had gone inland, an entirely different story would have happened. And I think the Futbolists would have won. But either way, they should be pretty happy. Let's take a look at the scores. 30 points for HIceX with a 10-kill game.
Nice game for them. That should bump them quite far up in the standings. I'm not sure how far. I'm going to guess 4th. SIMURGA there with 15, Futbolists with 19th as well. Futbol is starting to really show up. I'm happy to see it. It's what I know this team can do. Is why I hit on them so much, is because I know this team has a lot of them in them. I know, and this is what I'm going to do starting from now. It's what I've been doing for the semi-finals. Is there's teams where I know they have the potential, and when they're underperforming, I know there's more in them, you know?
There's more to the Futbolist that makes the eye, potentially, but they are displaying it today and in droves. Certainly a good performance coming out from them so far.
KUMA.
SIMURGA will have surpassed Unique, I believe, on the scoreboard. I think they were about... They might not have done. We'll have to wait and check it out just a little bit later on. As you say, Kaos a little bit further down the table as well. KUMA starting to pick up their feet. They can still mount a comeback. They've only had 8 games of their 16, which means they're only halfway through, and starting to post some results will move them up towards the ends of that red zone, where they can potentially even qualify for the regional finals if they continue to improve as they are.
Yeah. Team Hope there and DreamEaters right at the bottom. Pro do make somewhat of an improvement with 2 points. FROMHELL at 6 points up there with Cream Esports EU. Not a terrible result, but not a great result either. FROMHELL, though, have done fairly good today, so you can't really take it away from them. And they've only 1 spin on that 15th spot.
Yeah, they'll have to show us a little bit more as well as we take a look over at the standings. SIMURGA take the top spot.
Look at that guess, though.
Yeah, it was a pretty good guess. But SIMURGA up in the top spot, 133, Unique 127. They won't get dismounted by Hope, who only had to get 7 points or 8 points in the previous game to take it. They only get 5, unfortunately, for them. So they will not be able to surpass just yet, but it's still perfectly fine. Here is IceX as well, 103. So 4 teams now breaking that 100-point barrier. This, of course, is probably the most representative table we're going to see until right at the end of the tournament, because, of course, everyone now on an even match distribution. We'll see who is out and who is in currently. BitIce just on the border, playing with actually quite a low average. I mean, you look at that and what is that? That's 5 plus a couple, probably like 7-point average, something like that, I want to say. What's 8 times 7? Is that 54? Is that 56?
It's 56.
I think that's 56. So about a 6.5 average. 6.75. There you go.
That's the one question that everyone tries to ask you in
6.75.
In secondary. It's like, what's 7 times 8? And you're like, oh, and then you learn 56 off by heart.
These are the teams that are at risk and potentially going down to a red zone. Back to back. Right on the border, though. 53 to 54 is the border.
The one thing that's cool from 1st to 16th place is that it's a very even drop down. Like, you're dropping around about 4 to 3 points per each time. So there is a lot of movement that still can happen from 1st to 16th, and potentially from, I'd say, 20th to 17th here as well. Evil Esports, the Formula Atari, KUMA, and Pro. Unless a miracle comes through, I really don't see them moving that too much.
I mean, we've seen KUMA start to pick up their feet. I mean, just in the last 2 games, they were getting, I think they got 9, I think they got 13 as well this time around. So, you know, they are starting to put up their average. If they can keep that going, they will climb above teams like Chaos, teams like ProMobile Gaming, who aren't quite as consistent, and they are sort of consistently around that 6 to 7 point mark, whereas they need to be up to the 9 to 10, which is where KUMA are starting to put themselves. But so if they can continue that,
again, we have to remember that they can't just be in that 7 to 8 range now because of the poor performances they've had before. Now they need to really be making an average of around about 10 to 12 per game to even get back into the regional finals, to get back into the semi-finals here. So it's difficult. It is difficult.
For sure. For sure, it certainly is difficult to compete against some of the best, and we are looking for them in the semi-finals. The top 16, of course, will make it through to those regional finals where everybody wants to be. But if you want to see who's going to go through, you do need to make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel PUBG Mobile Esports, where we will be back for more PUBG Mobile in the PMCO tomorrow. same time, same place, same channel, everything like that. We are going to end it there, of course. That is enough from us today. We're going to be sending it over to some of the other regions you can check out over on the YouTube channel. So thank you so much for tuning in. Fantastic stuff, fantastic games coming through today. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it at home. So that's it from us. Thank you. Good night.